Welcome back to the MLB All-Time League. 5 teams secured crucial sweeps in Week 9. Let's take a look back to see how they pulled it off. The Old Dominion Desperados made a real statement last week, sweeping the 15-9 Short Porch Boys. Addy Joss looked like the ace he is meant to be, allowing just 4 hits and 1 run over 9 innings. The Desperado bats were led by Chuck Klein and Chipper Jones, who combined to bat .500 with a home run and 7 runs scored. The Dancin homers were bounced from the league's top spot thanks to a massive sweep from the Louisville Sluggers. Darryl Strawberry homered in all 3 games, and Bob Gibson and Francisco Cordero teamed up to lock it down on the mound. After losing 6 straight games, the Gashouse gang came alive, taking it to the Millbrae Boomers. Babe Ruth continues to perform as you would expect, going 3 for 5 in Game 2 with 2 home runs and 5 RBI. Cy Young was impeccable on the mound, hurling a 3-hit, no-walk shutout while registering 5 strikeouts. Max Virnig's dad built upon their commanding division lead thanks to their sweep over Mosby Special. Trusty shortstop Vern Stevens batted 6 for 8 on the week, Lefty Grove threw a shutout, and Todd Worrell registered 2 saves in as many outings while pitching 3 scoreless innings. Don't look now, but the Masters of the Diamond are back. Their sweep over the Tiger Lilies has vaulted them into a tie for first place in the hyper-competitive American League Central Division. Their pitching was unstoppable, registering wins and quality starts from Three Finger Brown, Ed Walsh, and Cliff Lee, while closer Craig Kimbrell slammed the door on all 3 games without giving up any runs and striking out 5. As Week 10 plays out, look for teams to become increasingly desperate as they all vie for playoff spots down the stretch. Who will prevail this week and who will fall short? Let's find out as Week 10 of the MLB All-Time League starts now. We are back. We're back, baby. Season 3.
Go! Woo!
Baseball.
Snow day. Very bright. Oh, you can't see it. Snow day.
Oh, wow.
Snow day.
I see brightness. Yeah.
Can you believe it? 4.5 inches of snow here in Bartlesville. Not a lot for you guys up north. I know you're sitting there going, oh my gosh, what is that all about? 4.5 inches here in Oklahoma is a massive shut down all the schools situation. So great day for me. I've been off.
Yeah, look at you. Off day, snow day. That's nice. That's really nice. We've had a lot of rain here. It just hasn't been cold. So eventually, actually, Oregon normally gets, I think, the most of our snow in February. So there's still time. I think we'll get snow. We'll see.
It's coming.
But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. What about where do you think Nolan Arenado is going to end up?
The Boston Red Sox, and it is being talked about massively about them trading Tristan Casas. And so it's now, just as of like an hour ago, there has been, I don't think I've ever heard of snow in Oklahoma. Well, Schrader, actually, we get a lot of it sometimes. But there's been a lot of rumors that they want to move Casas, and for good reason, because if they acquire Nolan Arenado, they're thinking about moving Devers to first base, big dog. What do you think of that?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I never considered him a stellar defensive third baseman. So
yeah. They talked about moving Nolan to first, but it's Nolan Arenado. I mean, you put him at third, and then you move elsewhere. But also, I heard in the same sense, I just heard a thing today. They said, well, Vlad Guerrero's definitely not going to sign with the Blue Jays, probably. Red Sox are a big favorite there. So would this nix those plans? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
It's interesting to think about. I could totally see Nolan slamming a bunch of balls off the Green Monster. It seems like Red Sox is a good team for some of those players as they start to get into the final like third of their career. So they go out there, they just got to hit these balls like 215 feet off the wall.
Yes.
Whatever it is.
Say it like it is. It sucks, but Nolan Arenado is on the decline. It is what it is. You want to think these players will never decline. It's kind of like Paul Goldschmidt as well. But they're on the decline. Now, it doesn't mean they can't have great seasons here when they get older. I fully expect Nolan to go to a contender and be great, but he's not ever going to be what he was. It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, he's got to keep up the at least decent seasons because from here on out, he's probably going to be hurting his MATL stock every single year. So,
absolutely.
We don't want that. Cam says, "Yeah, remember the good old days when we used to walk to school each way in a foot of snow?" I definitely remember that.
That or just getting up real early, watching on TV at the bottom, the ticker. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, the ticker for sure.
Yes.
I did walk home from school from a basketball practice in my basketball clothes in snow. And I didn't seem cold because I just did a whole basketball practice, but I got pneumonia. Because apparently my body was very cold. So
that was obviously in Arizona.
That was, obviously in Arizona. That would have had to have been in Flagstaff if it was Arizona. No, that was in Dayton, Oregon.
Okay. There you go.
Well, that's my walking home in snow story. But, man, week 10, we have this week, next week. And then the remaining 3 weeks will be the division rival battles.
Oh, man. That's going to be must-see TV, baby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But as it stands right now, I mean, we talked about it last week. Every week is going to be crunch time for a lot of these teams.
Yep.
Let's pull up the standings here and see where we are sitting.
Woo! Okay, so what do we have here? We have 12 teams, it looks like, that are above 500, which, again, is about what it should be. We have some teams massively trending in the correct direction. Masters of the Diamond, Old Dominion Desperados with the 4-game change, and Gashouse Gang with the 4-game change. But then we have some teams that are going the opposite direction. A -4 for the Short Porch Boys, -3 for Millbrae and Mosby, and -5 for the Dead Sea Squirrels.
My scrappy Squirrels. God. Well, yeah, we'll see. I mean, yeah, we'll see. I was just looking at those bottom teams. Even, I mean, 9-18 obviously is not an ideal record, but it's actually not horrendous.
No, it's not. I mean, they're definitely in the hole big time. But you saw what sweeps can do. You know, you're talking about if they swept right there, they're 12-18. They're bumping up.
Yeah.
I mean, they're bumping up. It's just sweeps can do a lot for you, but they're extremely difficult to get.
They are, but we did have, as alluded in the intro, we had 5 sweeps last week, that's almost half the matchup. That's insane.
Might be the most we've had in a week.
Yeah, that's got to be close, if not the most. So that was insane. So who knows? Maybe we'll get more of that today. I love the unfettered chaos in this league as we get down to the stretch.
If you go look at the division standings real quick, we have a change in the East of who should be in first, according to Roto. Look at that.
The NL East. Look, wow. Really? Over the Dancin Homers?
Quazy Quakers. Yes, they are. Let's see. They're fourth. They're fourth in Roto, and the Dancin Homers are 7th.
Interesting. 7th? Wow, they really had a bad week last week. Okay.
Yeah. Now, if I can, for a minute because I heard, and all Roto is supposed to do, the Roto standings are all they're supposed to do is create conversation. That's all it's supposed to do, and give you another metric to kind of look at. It is not that in depth. It is simply where you're at according to if we were playing a Roto league, according to your results on from the pools that we've done. I know there's way more metrics that we could put in. We could put in all kinds of different stats and this and that to make it more accurate. Guys, it is simply just a simple, quick, oh, looky there. I am, as of last year, and we'll talk about here more in just a minute, but we had somebody that continued to be top of the Roto, but was bottom in the standings. And it just gave you more of a sense of, I know I should be doing better. My Rotos is showing me that I am one of the better teams, but I'm just getting unlucky with the pulls against. So take it with a grain of salt. I've never made this Roto thing to be a full on, this is do all end all, but it does create conversation, especially with my man Ethan. There he is.
There he is. Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought I heard Ethan saying something about he just wishes this was a Roto league. He said to heck with the head-to-head categories. Let's just make it a Roto league.
He loves it that much. He loves it that much. Did you see Ethan's comment? It was hilarious on Facebook. We're not gonna go too much into it, but Schrader had talked about something about Canada, and dang it, right on cue, Ethan said, "Welcome, Schrader."
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Great. That was.
I think even Brent said, "I was waiting for it. I knew as soon as I mentioned Canada, Ethan was going to be there."
Top-notch comment, Ethan. You nailed that one out of the park. That was hilarious.
Ethan can be counted on, and he doesn't disappoint. So that's great. That is great. You know who else can be counted on?
Who's that?
To show up. I had told everyone we would have a special guest, and we do. We do have a special guest.
Who?
This week. It is none other than the manager of the Puddletown Webfeet, Mr. Chris Leeper.
Yeah, let's go.
Sorry, I'm muted. Let me unmute you. There we go.
Okay, I'm unmuted now. There we go. Yeah, thanks, Ben. You were my biggest fan last year. It was a tough season. You kept me going. Wow. It was crazy. So I work with Preston at Nike, everybody, and Ryland as well. And Ryland told me about this league last year. He said, "Hey, did you hear that Preston's starting it?" And he explained it to me, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's like something I've always dreamed of. I can't believe it's true." And so I was so excited. The draft, I got the first pick, so I got Babe Ruth last year. And then the season started off well, and I had a really good team. And I finished, what was it, Ben? 13th out of 16 teams with the second best photo.
It was disgusting the entire year.
So I had never seen anything like it.
The team that must not be named is now gone. Replaced
And a lot better outcome so far this year with the third ranked Roto and a 17-10 record.
Yeah, feels better than last year, I'll tell you that.
So I was just looking at it. This year in the draft, you had not the first overall pick this time. You were 11th, and you got DiMaggio. Was he on your? Was he one of the main guys in your radar around that range?
Yeah, he was the guy I was hoping would fall a little bit from last year. Jimmy Fox was going to be my guy if he didn't. I just love Jimmy Fox. He's like the answer to almost all old time trivia questions. But DiMaggio, he's like, I mean, Bill Terry's kind of a poor man's DiMaggio. A lot of hits, a lot of runs, a lot of RBIs, and then with DiMaggio, you get the home runs too.
You have the unique distinction, and this is really good, of being the guy who's found some stars out of the woodwork every year in the draft. Last year it was J.R. Richard and Bill Terry, who were both like amazing. J.R. Richard was the second best pitcher in the league last year, and Bill Terry was a Silver Slugger at first base, wasn't he? I think he was.
Yeah.
Which is so he even outperformed Fox and Garrick, which is insane.
Yeah.
So So
that's the best part is going through, and I mean I was texting you this year too. I'm like, oh my God, I think this guy's eligible. Like last year I was going through the pitchers that were just looking through all the pitchers, see who was barely eligible. What is it, 4,000 innings or whatever, or 400 starts or games?
1,600 for a starter.
1,600, and he was like 1,606. And I remembered him from when I first became a baseball fan that he was a really good pitcher. That at the peak of his career, he got like blood clots in his arm and had to retire. So that's like the ultimate draft pick for me. Short career, stellar stats.
Yeah, that worked out perfect. I'm so glad you exposed us, the rest of us in the league, to him. And then this year you had a couple guys out of the woodwork too. I'm trying to remember who they were.
I texted you this year. I'm like, oh my God, is Edwin Diaz available? Because I was like, available. And I forgot that there was a conversation between you guys last year about how he was, I think, supposed to be eligible last year, but he was injured all season or something.
Yeah,
and
right.
He had enough. Yeah, he had enough innings, but he did not have enough seasons, and so all he had to do was pitch like one pitch to count for pitching in that season.
And he got hurt right before
he got hurt. He was done for the year, so he didn't get his seasons in. So.
And then I was trying to think of all the fastest guys I've ever seen play, and I looked up Vince Coleman because he's the fastest guy next to Ricky that I've ever seen play. And I noticed that he blew away Ricky with his 162 stolen base. So both those picks, actually, Brent's going to love this. I think he commented on both of them. I found those guys like minutes before my pick.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. It's funny that we didn't realize that until year 3 about Vince Coleman.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So Ethan, I see Ethan's asking about the room I'm in here.
Yes. What do you got there?
Yeah, this is my older son's room. He's out of the house now. He just finished graduate school at University of Utah. So his room is pretty much empty. So my wife's going to love that I put a couple holes in the wall for this meeting. But, I think almost everybody in this group are baseball card collectors. I collected when I was a kid. I think, Preston, we've talked about this before. I kind of got into it right as they start mass producing. You know, when I go down to the store in 1980, 81, I've got a lot of baseball cards, but they're all from kind of the 80s, which are cool, but not like super cool like you guys have been posting. So a few years ago, I started getting into game-worn jerseys, Giants game-worn jerseys. So these two are my two kind of that I paid the most for. Usually I'm looking to spend $100 to $150 on like a John Burkett jersey or a Terry Kennedy jersey or a Dan Gladden jersey or something like that. It's just, there's something about wearing the jerseys of the guys that I went and saw play at Candlestick Park. I just think it's so cool. My wife thinks it's just, obviously she thinks it's just stupid. I mainly like getting ones that I can actually wear. And so the Matt Williams one is like a size 48 or something. So I wear that like, there aren't really very many wearing occasions for it. But
so you're not going to get any Pablo Sandoval Giants jerseys? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah, it's got to be Rawlings or Wilson, from back in the day. If it's Majestic, I could probably get that from a friend at Fanatics or something.
Yeah, true. That's cool. So those are all game-worn jerseys, huh? Game-worn Will Clark jersey.
Yeah. He's like my third favorite player. My first favorite player on the Giants was Willie McCovey. He was in his very last year in 1980 when I went to my first game at Candlestick. And then quickly, Bob Brenly became my favorite player. Preston knows him because he was the manager of the 2001 Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
But he was a scrappy catcher for the Giants. Decent hitter. I mean, so we got season tickets that year, and my dad took me to this like fan appreciation luncheon thing before the season, and I actually met him. I was 12 years old, I think, and he was like the nicest guy to me. He was so nice to me. So when you have an experience like that, you become a fan. But in the highlight film of the Giants that year, they interviewed all the rookies. He was a 30-year-old rookie in '82, I think. And he said, he introduced himself by saying, "Hi, my name is Bob Brenly, and I hate the Dodgers." Doesn't everybody? He's my favorite player. So, and then Will Clark, Will the Thrill, hitting a home run in his first at bat off Nolan Ryan at the Astrodome in '86. He was one of the best.
That's awesome.
That's insane. I was gonna, if you had to estimate, how many games do you think you've been to, Giants games?
Oh gosh,
I want total MLB games.
Yeah,
okay,
a few hundred Giants games, probably almost all at Candlestick. I've probably been to 8 or 10 at the new place. But yeah, Ben, so I grew up. I didn't play baseball when I was a kid. I didn't play baseball till I was 11. My mom's from Europe, and my dad, I played soccer, but they weren't really into baseball. And then saw my other friends having fun. I started playing at 11. I remember they put me in right field. Yeah, Jeffrey Leonard, the hack man, very nice. Brent, I'd love to get a 00 Jeffrey Leonard jersey. That'd be sweet. Anyway, so they put me in right field, and I didn't know I distinctly remember a ball coming to me, hitting off my wrist and hit me in the face. It was just awful. Then the next summer, I started watching games on TV. I started watching This Week in Baseball, and there were hardly any Giants games ever on TV, just some away games. But I watched Willie McCovey play, and I'm like, I want to be a first baseman. You stretch and you try to pick the ball before it bounces too high. And my dad bought me a baseball glove, which turned out to be a first baseman's mitt, which neither of us knew. So I get to my first baseball practice when I'm 12 years old, my second year. And this coach, this really baseball savant, nerdy, definitely on the spectrum guy, he's like, well, Chris he was my coach the year before too, when I was getting balls hit off my face. And he's like, well, Chris has a first baseman's mitt. Why don't you play first base? I'm like, oh, okay. And I went out there and I picked everything that came to me, and I made the All-Star team that year. And it was weird from watching TV, basically. Like it was I never was a great hitter, but I could field well. And that coach taught the whole team the difference between a mitt and a glove. I'm sure everybody in our group knows that only catchers and first basemen wear mitts, and then everybody else wears a glove that has fingers. But I think everybody probably knows that, but you'd be surprised at how many people I'm the first person that they've told that. Like when I hear an announcer say a catcher's glove, or the shortstop fielding with his mitt.
It runs in points for me.
Yeah.
You know it a lot.
Points.
So that's cool. Well,
but not to
go ahead.
But Ben, you were talking about other games. So then I ended up getting in baseball for my career. At first at Adidas here in Portland. We signed the New York Yankees. I was a product line manager for college football. And we got the Yankees, and I became the manager. I presented the product line to George Steinbrenner twice.
Wow.
When it was during Seinfeld. It was during the Seinfeld days. So
you're kidding.
Oh yeah. You walk in, he's got the cream-colored turtleneck with the blue blazer, double-breasted blazer. He's got a bodyguard. I kid you not. His name was Rocco.
Oh gosh.
Rocco shows us into his office. The second time I met with him, he got really pissed because everything I showed him from the Adidas Yankees line, he's like, what's with the 3 lines? Why always the 3 lines? Well, that's, our corporate, that's what our symbol. And then a woman presented after me, and he did not respect women in the workplace. And so he got really pissed at her, and he kicked us all out of his office, just like in Seinfeld.
You're kidding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got kicked out of George Steinbrenner's office.
The 3 lines. He didn't like the logo, huh?
Yeah. And then those were the days. And then I got laid off. I had a 6-month-old at home, got laid off in '99. And then through a network, so a friend hooked up with Nike in January of 2000. We signed a Major League Baseball contract in March of 2000, and I became the MLB product manager. And so anything you guys have that's Nike with a baseball MLB team with a swoosh on it, from 2000 to 2020, I basically, me and my team worked on that.
Wow.
Yeah. So I got to go to All-Star games for work and World Series for work. And I've gone to spring training a bunch of time, met a bunch of baseball players. It's like when I was that 12-year-old kid just learning how to play catch, I couldn't imagine having that job. It was pretty sweet.
What a dream, man. That's fantastic.
I got laid off in 2020, got laid off from Nike, and then I just came back a year and a half ago as a temp, basically working with Preston.
Okay.
Over in basketball. Yeah. Chris is the type of person that if you're like, I'm having a day, I need to go have a good conversation. I mean, we could talk about baseball for, hours. We always have to stop ourselves. You can see right now, he's got so many stories and stuff that I haven't even heard. And man,
I was hoping you hadn't heard some of those. Yeah. Preston's a breath of fresh air because you're like the guys I used to work with in baseball, even though we're both in basketball. Technically, we're the two baseball guys in basketball. Yeah. Oh, and this is a glow in the dark sweatshirt that we did like 15 years ago. The white part here is actually like what we call Scooby-Doo green. Preston Carson Brown named that Scooby-Doo glow in the dark green. So if I were to turn the lights off, the Giants would glow.
Fantastic.
That's awesome. Carson Brown, he's the same one who designed the Thunder Native American jersey, Ben.
Oh, Thunder fans in this group.
So popular. Man,
I remember awesome. Last year, whenever you were talking about Chris and getting him in the league, and you would keep me updated. You go, man, I went down to his office, and he's sitting there, man. He's ready for the draft. He's thinking about picking this guy, and yeah, I knew it's going to be a good fit.
Yeah, love the comments. Thanks, guys. Greg, your name sounds really familiar to me. I wonder if we have mutual friends. I'll have to ask you offline. I've been meaning to ask you.
Okay, the Steinbrenner. The Steinbrenner story is a big hit. Who knows? Seinfeld was so close to reality. It was fiction.
I'll save. I got another Steinbrenner story, but I'll save it. Breaking the action.
As far as to transition back to our fantasy stuff, as far as fantasy sports, how long have you been doing that? How much have you done that?
Oh gosh. So I think I may have been doing fantasy baseball since before you guys were born. So 1987? 87? Is that before you were born?
86 I was born the end of 86. So basically as long as I've been alive.
So growing up in the East Bay, I had my best friend was a big Raider fan. I was a huge 49er fan. And but he was a Raider fan, and he played fantasy football in the mid 80s, and I'd never heard of it. And they would get together at a restaurant, his dad and his friends, and then he got invited to join the league. That was not a thing that anybody ever heard of. And then I got to college, and in my fraternity, there was this big time, long suffering Orioles fan, huge sports fan. And we did our first fantasy baseball league, and we did football. And we would get together in a room, like 20 of us or whatever, and we'd do it. We'd have an auction draft. And I think the way he did it was he would just total up on a piece of graph paper and a pencil all the stats for a week, and then he'd post them on his door, and we'd go look to see what. Yes. It was crazy. So I've been doing fantasy sports for a long time.
It's fantastic. I love it.
I remember, back in the day when you had to get stats from the newspaper. I'm old enough to remember that. You just get the sports section out and you tear it open and you're reading and like, 3 for 4, Mattingly, whatever. So it was cool.
Yeah, I think my friend was probably the Preston of his generation, because you're the guy with the USA Today on Monday with all the football stats and the graph paper and everything.
Absolutely, that would be me. Oh my gosh!
I would. Well, every fantasy season, the day of our draft, Preston, I watch Silly Little Game every single year. The documentary of how fantasy baseball is created, because it's amazing. It's absolutely taken regular viewers from watching baseball and football and just times it by 10. Because I'm sitting there watching NFL games when we do fantasy football. I don't even care about, but I'm like, I got to see my tight end. He's got to get 2 catches here. It's amazing what fantasy sports has done for sports.
Yeah, Absolutely. Okay. Well, man, like I said, we could go on forever talking about all this, but it's fun. But we got to get to our matchups here, or else this broadcast will be super long. So, are we ready to get into our first matchup?
We are.
Let's see.
Boy,
yeah, Ben, you want to announce it?
Yeah, I do. We have $ hitMachine, Mr. Ryland, fellow Nike, versus Mosby Special. And Mosby Special, well, let's just do this on the spectrum here of Roto. We have the number 1 versus number 24 ranked Roto teams. Number 1 versus dead last. But Mosby is a 13 spots ahead of his Roto standing. He's 14-13. He's right there in the middle. He got swept last week, so that was tough. But he played all his backups, remember?
Yeah, that was perplexing. He's not doing that this week. So
I would hope not. Because $ hitMachine has the number 2 offense and number 1 ranked pitching. He is absolutely scorching earth right now.
I wasn't sure about Preston drafting all those modern batters. That's not something I like to do, but got to hand it to him. He's the old timey pitchers and modern batters. Maybe that's the secret sauce.
Yeah, he's going absolutely bonk. 18-9. You know, he kind of fell right there in that trap last year too, where you were, Chris. Of his Roto rankings were telling him different, and he was, well, according to Preston, beyond livid. Last week.
That was messy. Yeah. Yeah, that was heartbreaking for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be fun though. I would say definitely, I mean, it goes without saying, Mosby Special absolutely needs these wins more than $ hitMachine, but it's going to be an absolute uphill battle.
Okay, let me drag these lineups over here for game 1. We'll see what we got going on here. Let me expand it. We are looking at Carlos Zambrano and Dennis Eckersley versus Doc White and Koji Uehara. We're going to see Koji twice today.
He likes Uehara, man.
Yeah, well, he had him last year, and actually his stats are pretty good. It's just that he doesn't get as many saves, you know, because he wasn't
going for those
ratios.
More
of a holds guy.
Yeah,
more of a setup man, but he'll get saves sometimes. Okay, well, should we
let's do it.
Started? All right, let's do it. Here we go. Game 1 batters, and it starts out with a tie. Okay.
Of course. 147 batting average for Mosby Special. He does get some pretty good power numbers here. 1 home run, 6 RBIs, 7 walks.
Okay. Ted Williams gets the 2-run homer. Carlos Gonzalez with 3 RBI. And over on the other side, let's see, Ryland had hits for most of his guys. Larry Walker, 2 hits, 2 RBI.
He played some old-timey guys.
Yeah, we got Eddie Stanky.
Yeah.
Dolph's in there rather than Stanton. Bob Johnson out of Pryor, Oklahoma. So he put some of his backups in, and he's still tied 3-3. That bodes well. But, I mean, I would give Doc White the edge over Zambrano, but you never know. Just being honest. Yeah. So, all right, let's see it.
They both do incredible. Holy cow.
Still have a tie. So let's see. Runs are tied. RBI edge goes to Mosby Special. ERA to $ hitMachine. And strikeouts.
Oh my God.
Special.
No way.
That's as close as it gets right there.
I couldn't even look around fast enough to see what was going on. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Look at these pitching performances right now. 0.69 whip and a 0.5 whip.
Look at, oh man, the FIP. Okay. Yeah, Zambrano, win quality start, 7 2/3, just 4 hits, 1 run, 7 strikeouts. Doc White, was a 3-hit shutout, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. So Doc White outpitched Zambrano, but Eckersley getting that save, he struck out the side.
There it is.
That tilted it back over.
Uehara, that's the risk you play with Uehara. Is going to give you good innings, but it's not going to get that save.
Wow. So look at Mosby. Okay. Got swept last week, but snags game 1 here in week 10. Okay.
He's telling Roto where to go right now.
Well, what do you think, Leap? You think Mosby wins game 2 or 3?
I think, you know what? I think Ryland's going to be okay.
Okay. Well, what about this pitching matchup, though? This is a test for you as a Giants fan. Who you take, Marichal and Eckersley or Smoltz and Billy Wagner?
Those pitchers from the 60s, I don't know if you guys agree. They seem like really hit or miss. Like Bob Gibson and those guys. I don't know. I think I got to go Smoltz here and Wagner.
89 Smoltz earlier in his career, but
I had Drysdale. I had Drysdale last year, and he really was not good. He's doing better this year.
Brent says Doc White with a vintage start. Absolutely. Okay, game 2. Let's get the bats going here. See what we got.
Oh my goodness.
Mosby Special takes a 6-1 lead. Thanks to, let's see, Cargo stays hot. 2 for 4, 2 runs, a walk, 2 RBI.
Big Nike guy.
I was about to say, he's a Nike athlete. You've probably met him, huh?
I did, yeah. He's a super nice guy. He was the only athlete to ever use that synthetic fielding glove that we made. You remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah,
he loved it. We tried to get other players. I wasn't in the glove area, but we tried to get other players to wear it. Trout. We tried to get Trout to wear it, and just understandably they wouldn't switch from leather. But Cargo wore it for years.
Huh. Now you know. Manny Ramirez hits a 2-run bomb. That's pretty typical Manny. Stolen bases from Gene Segura and Roberto Alomar. Over on the other side, the only one who had, Stanton went 3 for 5, but Helton, of course, had a good game. 1 for 3, 2 walks, and a 2-run homer. Look at you.
I saw Kenny Lofton play for Arizona against the Ducks at Matt Court back in the day.
Oh, wow.
Really, I think he was drafted in the NBA, if I'm not mistaken. He was a really good basketball player.
Huh.
Golly.
I didn't realize he played for Arizona basketball. I knew he
played. He played with Kerr and McMillan. And
oh, wow.
Gosh.
What?
Yeah.
Sean Elliott, was he playing at that time?
Yeah, Sean Elliott. Yeah. They were Tom Tolbert, Judd Bushler. I don't know why I'm remembering all these names.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, he was their point guard going up against Terrell Brandon for us and Gary Payton for the Beavers.
Oh, man. What a matchup.
Yeah.
I used to know a guy whose name was Brandon Terrell, and he went to U of O at the same time. And I said, "Do you ever meet Terrell Brandon?" I was joking. He said, "Yeah, I did, actually." They thought it was just so funny that their names were flipped. But anyways. Marichal, he's in a good situation here. So let's see. Hopefully he doesn't ruin it. Oh, my.
Look at that. Mosby Special.
8-5 victory. Well, Marichal does get the job done. Win quality start. 9 innings, 9 hits, 2 runs. Walk 5, but
awesome.
Yeah, Smoltz had a quality start. 8 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. He did great, actually.
Ryland with a .44 whip. I mean, you can't even get much better than that.
Yeah.
Golly.
Man, but he lost out on win, ERA. He only actually lost 2 pitching categories.
He lost on offense, I mean, the Mosby Special has to bring it and he did that game.
Yeah. Oh my! Will Ryland's team get swept? I think he'll never forgive you, Leap, if he gets swept on your watch here.
I wouldn't blame him. I mean, we didn't even mention the name of the team last year for me like that. I thought we were being with the bad luck charms.
We're looking at Bill Donovan and Dennis Eckersley versus Deacon Philippe and Koji Uehara. So 2 old school pitchers, 09 and 01.
He's got right. Ryland's got Tettleton in there, last year's first half star, right?
Yeah, he had half the strikeouts for the Masters whole team last year, but
right.
also half the home runs.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if he gets a homer today. He does not.
But Ryland's in a way better situation.
He does. He flips the script 6-1, and a big part of that was Stanton going 3 for 3 with 2 walks and a solo homer.
Larry Legend.
Larry Walker has so many good games in his career.
The pride of Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. Brent will be happy about that.
Oh man, 2 for 3, 2 home runs, 4 RBI.
Joke that
Bob Johnson, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Yeah, I mean, it's fascinating. Well, I could go on about Larry Walker, but I won't right now. Yeah, Mosby, I mean, he had hits from most of his guys, but no major good games. Duke Snyder 1 for 1 with an RBI. So Ryland up 6-1. He just needs Deacon Philippe not to mess this up.
Don't screw it up.
Philippi,
the old-timey guys don't usually blow up.
No, they don't. Well, let's see it. Game 3.
Hey, there it is. Barely, though. Holy cow.
They made it close. Philippi did only go 3 innings with 4 earned runs, but
it jinxed that one, too.
Yeah, it did. 12 ERA.
Sorry,
they held on, though. Despite Donovan with a great 9 innings, 1 earned run. Eckersley with another save, but he did give up a run. Well, Ryland holds on in game 3. Mosby Special takes 2 out of 3, though. And that will be really good for him because he's in this tight division race right now. And the AL Central.
I had to help my daughter get her snow gear on, so I haven't updated it.
Oh, snow gear. All right. So he'll go to 16 and 14.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And we'll go at 19 and 11. Okay.
Ben, you'll be happy to know Arenado is one of the nicest guys I ever worked with.
Is he?
Yeah. I think the nicest guy I ever met was Hunter Pence.
Okay.
Oh,
really? This is like before he was Hunter Pence. You know, like he's the only guy that ever thanked. Like, so our thing was we go into the clubhouse and we'd ask them what they like to wear. We were working on base layer stuff like sliding shorts and base layer tops. And I always like to break the ice by asking them what they wear under their pants.
Yeah.
And Hunter Pence goes, "Oh, thanks for asking. I wear basketball shorts."
What? I believe it.
Actual basketball short, and this is before he was like, like weird Hunter, like he was just a baseball guy. He didn't have a beard or anything. And he's like, I just want to thank you for all that you guys do for us. I'm like, oh wow,
wow,
that's cool.
But Arenado is super cool too.
Yeah, I love the play. I mean, I love it, and you can tell he does just want to. He just wants to play for a championship, and unfortunately. We couldn't get that to it.
Ooh, I haven't even gotten into my least favorite Cardinals from back in the day. The Giants had a fierce rivalry with the Cardinals.
Ooh, who's that?
Joaquin Andujar.
Hey,
John Tudor. Hated John Tudor. The guy didn't put his hand.
Tudor.
Yeah. Punched a fan, like a spinning fan once after he lost.
Oh.
Jose Akendo was a total giant killer. Like he was a totally weak batter, but he always came through against the Giants. Just pissed me off.
Right. One team he'd bring it for you.
There's always that guy. Yeah. Well, Island is, if Kyle can pull off a 2-1 week, he'll be tied with $ hitMachine for first in the AL East. So he left the door open there. And then Mosby Special currently has the most wins in the AL Central. So we'll see if that holds up after today. So big week for Mosby Special.
Yeah, that was big time.
Excuse me. Now we're going into one of our big matchups of the week.
Ooh, who's involved, though? Who's involved?
Yeah, we have that Puddletown Webfeet.
Oh, versus the Quazy Quakers.
Have you guys had a chance to look at the stats between these two teams? We each have 294 hits.
Oh my gosh.
We each have 158 RBIs. We have the same. Our pitchers have the same number of runs allowed and the same number of earned runs allowed.
What? That's insane.
And almost all our other stats are within a few points. It's crazy.
So this makes sense as to why you're number 3 and they're number 4 in Roto.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean you're only 5 points difference.
Yeah, it's
That's crazy.
This could be a playoff preview, definitely, to playoff quality teams. And yeah, it sounds like a great even matchup.
Man.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah. Quazy, according to Roto, take it with a grain of salt, but they're supposed to be leading that division. Now, that division is absolutely stacked. So it's tough to say that won't change next week. I mean, 5 stars sitting there in the top 10. I mean, they're number 5. Yeah. So, but yeah, this is an incredible matchup here. I mean, it would
be funny if all 3 wildcard teams came out of the same division.
It could happen.
That'd be unprecedented, but it could happen.
You know, especially with the Central down there messing around, cat fighting. They're trying to figure out who's actually good in that division.
Yeah. Well, looking at game 1, we have Ray Fisher making his 3rd start in the league. I mistakenly said before it was his first start. That was his 2nd.
Yeah, you guys are gonna get a heavy dose of Ray Fisher the rest of the season. I gotta watch out with my big guys.
Ray Fisher and Jose Valverde, brave.
No, I got to admit, I totally missed that conversation last year. I don't know how I missed that. I mean, when I drafted myself, it's such a tool. I was like, what have I done?
Was it Quakers that had him though?
Yeah. It was.
Quakers.
Mark has got to be salivating watching this. Like, yes. But Jesse Tannehill and Kenley Jansen.
Tannehill.
All right.
Ryan Tannehill's like grandpa or great grandpa, maybe.
Yeah, I guess that would be maybe great grandpa. That'd be funny. That would be funny. All right, let me queue up the hitting stats for this side.
Rudy York. I wanted him. He got drafted right before I had him queued up.
Man, he's early favorite for Mr. Irrelevant Award, best last round pick.
Yeah, I thought that was a brilliant pick because I thought I was going to make it, so.
All right, I see Matt Williams in there. Let's see if he's powered by the jersey today. It corrected.
Golly, 5, look at these numbers right now.
Quakers. Batting average is so close.
It makes sense. I mean, they're all close in all the stat categories already, so might as well make it close on the matchups.
Well, check out your boy Matt Williams there, Elite. 3 for 4 with a 2-run homer.
You told me you're happy to see him in the league. The strike year was at 94. He was going into August. He was on pace to break Roger Maris's home run record. And
I remember my dad and brother and I watching those. Like, we were hoping he was going to break the record, and then the strike happened, and he didn't get the chance.
Yeah.
Tommy Heinrich, 2 for 3, a walk and a solo homer. But Wow, over on the Quakers, Sam Crawford 3 for 4 with the RBI and a stolen base, but shoeless Joe Jackson 2 for 5, a run, a home run, and 5 RBI. And Quakers have a 5-3 lead going into pitching. Let's see here.
What, these numbers are so close. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just like your team
mostly
stats.
Like one off. Did we have a hint about his pitcher? That's the question.
Oh, well, you know what? Who is his pitcher? Jesse Tannehill? Well, let's look at the hint for this week. What color are those hills?
Oh, my goodness.
You could say they're tan. I would say
this ain't good if this is true.
I would say those are tan hills. Well, let's see. Let's paste those pitching stats in there.
Oh, the suspense. Oh, my
God.
Dun. Dear Lord. Puddletown comes back. Listen,
Mark.
The universe is coming together for him from last year.
Jesse Tannehill, 9 innings, gives up 21 hits and 11 earned runs. That's just back in 1906. They just said, "Keep pitching, buddy." There's no one else. We have a whole pitching rotation of 3 guys for the year. You got to stay in there.
Good Lord.
For Quazy Quakers, that's like the Ducks in the Rose Bowl. Just get it over with. Don't make it close. Stress about it. Okay. 11 earned runs. Okay.
It's done. It's happened.
I was rooting for him too. Dang it.
And Jose Valverde even had a scoreless inning. So that was
looky there.
Insult to injury there for Mark. But,
right.
Ray, I mean, not to be ignored, Ray Fisher, 9 innings, 7 hits, 1 run.
Wow.
A great outing. So
wow. Okay.
Webfeet. Yeah, come back. They take it 8-5. Wow.
Well, he has a better start than when Masters appeared with us. Remember that first game when Masters was on? He's got dominated that first game.
Yeah, poor Brent. We had to get front row seat to see his disappointment. Ethan, your matchup has not gone yet. You'll be later. All right. Well, let's flow into game 2. We're looking at Joe McGinnity and Edwin Diaz. 2024 Edwin Diaz versus Hippo Vaughn and Houston Street. So we're sticking with old school pitchers.
Houston Street, a 2-time champion.
Oh, I see.
In this league.
Lincoln High School, Portland, where my wife is at work right now. Lincoln High School's own Johnny Pesky.
Yeah, Johnny Pesky.
Crazy that Portland, the Oregon connections with the Red Sox. So weird.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. All right.
Ernie Lombardi averaged 23 strikeouts a year per 162. And he's so far he's got 0 strikeouts for me this year. He's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh. Did he jinx it? We'll see in a second. Yeah, let's see.
Watch him K.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, he's still good.
In fact, 3 for 4 with a 2-run homer. So you're good.
Grip is flipped 5-3 Puddletown.
Yeah.
Ernie,
and then Bill Terry, 3 for 4 as well. He gets a walk and an RBI.
That guy.
That's why he's in the Hall of Fame.
A rare bad game for Al Simmons, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. You don't see that very often. And your boy Rich Aurelia didn't have a great game. 0 for 4.
Oh boy, Vince is like he's having a speed slump lately.
Yeah, he got on. No stolen base. Nap Lajoie goes 3 for 3 with a run and 3 RBI. Only 2 strikeouts, and they all came from Carter on the other side, Joe Carter.
Oklahoma City native.
Yep. Well, 5-3 lead for Puddletown. So they just need McGinnity to hold it up, and McGinnity's been solid. We'll see how he does against Hippo Vaughn.
Oh, Edwin Diaz. Oh, my Lord.
Oh.
Man. April 29th, 2024, Edwin Diaz gets blown up. 2 runs and a homer in 1 inning. Man, that makes a difference because McGinnity, 5 innings, 2 runs. It's not a great game for him. It's still a decent game.
1K, though.
Yeah, but Vaughn coming in with a quality start, 7 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run. And then Street, he was great. Dang. Well, 2 games in a row where the pitching flipped the game, flipped the matchup. Now we got a 1-1 tie with these 2 evenly matched teams.
6 Ks for Hippo. That's a lot for back in the day.
So you saved Rube Waddell for game 3. He's with
talk about hit or miss. I had no idea. He was so
Edwin, I would have thought in his short career, Edwin's amassed some pretty great stats. So I would think he would do better. But
he was Edwin Diaz was definitely somebody. I mean, they were trying to draft him for 2 years before he was eligible.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about Rube. I didn't know Rube was so. Yeah, Edwin. Yeah, he's good, but but Rube. I mean, for a legendary pitcher, he gets distracted by those puppies. I guess, like we were talking about.
Yeah, running out of the stadium into the stands. Yeah. Rube versus Whitey Ford.
You guys ever had Machado on a fantasy team? He's like the most boring guy to have on your fantasy team.
That's why I've never had him.
He's just frustrating.
His stats are great at the end of the season, but he's just no fun to watch. Really, I don't know why.
Well,
I've traded him away.
Yeah, and there for a minute when he was with the Orioles, it would be he'd bat 250. He'd hit you some power. Then he'd get hot, but then he'd slump, and it's like, oh, I can't deal with this, man.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, let's see how the bats do here in game 3. See what the tally. It's taking a second to update.
I don't know how you feel about this because the last 2 games.
That looks familiar.
Victor Martinez, how about the production out of your catcher slot? 3 for 5, 2 runs, and 4 RBI.
Ben's a guy.
Yeah,
love Victor.
Bert Campaneris flashing some power. That's kind of rare. He hits a 2-run homer.
No, he had an RBI.
Oh, you're right. It's 2 stolen bases. That makes way more sense.
Wow, I don't think I've ever had 4 stolen bases before.
No kidding.
Freddie Lindstrom, Larry Doyle get stolen bases. DiMaggio has a DiMaggio-like game, 2 for 4, 2 runs, solo homer. Mel Ott gets 2 hits and a solo homer. That's a good line. Over on the other side, there's Manny Machado, 2 for 3, 2 walks, a run, and 2 RBI. Lajoie, 2 hits, a run, RBI, and a stolen base. Pesky with a stolen base. Hal Trotsky, 3 for 4. Wow. What a battle.
Again, a lot of close numbers there.
I'm telling you, these 2 teams are so close, man.
Rube versus Whitey. What a great matchup. Okay, are we ready for it?
Let's do it.
Deciding game.
Takes the series.
9-6. But what happened here?
How did that happen?
Rube, 4 innings, 4 earned runs. That's a terrible game for him. Diaz gets 2 1/3 with a save. That was really good.
He strikes out the side. I mean, I guess he didn't strike out the side, but that's what Edwin does, man. His strikeout rate's so high that just lowers everything else when he's perfect.
Yeah, Edwin getting the save and winning the IAS really helped you. And he dipped that whip down too. You took whip, of course, FIP. So
see, this is like I would be on the other end of this last year.
Uh-huh.
I mean, towards the end of the season, even like if you remember, towards the end of the season, I was in total desperation mode to make the playoffs. I was playing all my starters, and I would get beat. I can't remember who it was, but they put in all their reserves against me, and they still beat me. And the thing is, my polls weren't bad.
No,
right?
they weren't. Roto showed that.
Yeah, it was crazy. But this is the kind of thing, like, it looks like this is a loss for me.
I do feel bad for Mark, because if I'm Mark, I'm saying, well, my pitcher got a quality start and my reliever had a scoreless inning, but you still lost. You still lost because I would say Diaz going off. I mean, 2 1/3 scoreless with 3 strikeouts and a save is really good outing. So,
well, that was the difference. If you look at IIS, because he pitched 5 outs compared to Kenley Jansen's 3 outs. Kenley Jansen had a higher Ks per 9, but Edwin Diaz pitching those extra 2 outs is what kind of lowered stuff, FIP and everything.
Yep. And a save situation. So that puts us, let's see here.
19-11.
19-11. And the Quakers, is that up to date? 17-13?
Yep.
Whew.
Man, Juggernauts, boy. Juggernaut.
That is.
That's exhausting.
Well, you're going to be guaranteed first in the NL West. We'll see how things pan out. Probably not first in the National League, but you never know.
He keeps pace with Ryland. They're both 19-11.
They are. Wow. Look at you guys.
Huh. Okay. Wow.
That's just tough for the
inner
take
office
2 and 1
right
there. That's just tough for the Quakers to go 2 and 1 or 1 and 2 because they're in that crazy battle in the NL East.
If we go with all the full 24 standings, they're still ranked 7th. I mean, they're right there underneath Sasquad and right above OGs. So, man, that was fun. That was a juggernaut battle there.
That was a great one. Well, what do we have for our next matchup?
Our next matchup, we have the Louisville Sluggers versus the Millbrae Boomers.
Sluggers and Boomers.
This is a good one because they're 2 teams. The Boomers are trying to not drop out of the playoff race. They're trying to get in that wild card discussion or stay in it at least. And then the Sluggers, they got a real chance of winning their division, even though they have a losing record right now. And even if they don't win their division, they're also right in the wild card talks as well. So both of these teams, every single one of these games are huge for them.
Flip over to the National League real quick, and you're going to see even a better example of look how close they are.
Yeah.
6 and 7.
Right there. 6
and 7. Right in the middle, man.
Now, Leap, do you know where Millbrae is?
I believe it's down the peninsula or maybe south of Oakland. Yeah, not exactly. It's south.
Okay.
South. I'm pretty sure South Bay.
Okay.
Great. Greg,
we'll have to get more info from Greg when we have him on here. But yeah, I knew it was down Bay Area. I just didn't know where exactly. Millbrae Boomers.
I never finished that. The reason I mentioned my middle school friend was a Raiders fan when that fantasy football talk we were having earlier, fantasy baseball, is that I think his dad was buddies with the Raider fans that invented fantasy football, like at a restaurant near the Oakland Coliseum or something. Do you guys know that's probably a legend?
I don't.
Yeah, but
wow.
What I've heard is that fantasy sports was invented by some old guys sitting in an Italian restaurant near the Oakland Coliseum.
Wow.
And I know that my friend Brian, after he went to college, he had a friend named Greg who was a huge baseball fan, and they traveled around the country to baseball stadiums. And I want to say he had okay. I thought he was chiming in that he's the guy I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, that'd be crazy. It says if any of you have been to San Francisco Airport, you've been to Millbrae.
That's right. There's a BART stop now there in the modern Bay Area.
Well, I've been to Millbrae then.
Anyway, he had an Italian last name, but it'd be hilarious if that was him.
Let's see. Super high implications for both of these teams.
Millbrae's ranked 15th in roto. Louisville's ranked 19th. Millbrae's 21st in offense, 12th in pitching, and Louisville's 11th in offense and 20th in pitching. So they're finding their success in opposite ends right now.
It's speaking of opposite ends, though. Louisville Sluggers are coming off of a sweep against the number 1 team in the league,
and that was crazy.
And then the Boomers are coming off of being swept by the Gashouse gang, who were 0-6 leading up to that. So,
golly.
The momentum is vastly different between these two teams, but this is a fantasy league, so obviously momentum's not a real thing. But
yeah, but we'd like to believe it is now. Come on now.
Yeah, come on. That's part of the fun. Greg says not the guy.
He's not that guy.
Shot.
All right.
You never know.
That would have been real weird.
That would have been awesome. All right, let's move game 1 over here. I'll expand it so we can read it. We are looking at Bob Gibson and Francisco Cordero versus Mark Burley and Lindy McDaniel.
No offense, massive Cardinal fan, Mark Burley, but I can't choose you over Bob Gibson here.
No. I'll be honest, I didn't know who Lindy McDaniel was before this season when he got drafted.
Me neither.
So
that's why we love this league.
I could derail you with another story. Is it Veda Pinson? Veda Pinson, is that how you say that? Or Pinson? I don't know.
I think it might be Vida. Well, let's see. Let's see what baseball fans say. Max, where you at?
You're right. Veda.
It says, you're right. Veda Pinson.
Veda Pinson, yeah, or Pinson. Veda Pinson. So we had a guy at Nike named, his kind of had a weird name. Veda Manager was his name. And he was named after Veda Pinson. And me and him, he's an African-American guy. And then 2 other, saying this for a reason, because we went to the National League, we went to the Negro Leagues Museum. And this was probably the proudest moment of my Nike career is we did a line of apparel and hooked it up with footwear like Air Force Ones and Vandals. And the first time we'd ever hooked up apparel and footwear in the licensed apparel world. And we presented to the Negro Leagues Museum. And I got to go to lunch twice with Buck O'Neill. And he is, I get emotional whenever I talk about it. He's the most wonderful human being ever in the world. And anyway, he was there. He was still traveling in his 90s, traveling for Major League Baseball, like the Goodwill ambassador. But we went to this in Kansas City. I'm forgetting the district there, Ben, maybe you know, but where the Hall of Fame is and where the old theater is. Anyway, there was it used to be the black part of town. And we went to this soul food restaurant. Basically, I'd never had Southern food. And Mr. O'Neill kept saying I was the only white person there. And he was like, white boy needs some more collard greens. White boy needs some more catfish. White boy to Buck O'Neill. That was my last time. I'll derail the
gringo, the crowd.
Vine awesome. District.
Yeah, right. Vine. Yeah, right. Something in 18th and Vine.
18th and Vine District.
Yeah. And he told stories how because the baseball stadium was there too, and the baseball players would go to the I think it's the Phoenix Theater. There's a theater across the street from the Hall of Fame, and he would hang out with Duke Ellington and Louis Armstrong.
Oh man!
All those guys wanted to be ball players, and all the ball players wanted to be jazz musicians. He said they would stay up all night at that theater, listen to the guys playing jazz and stuff. It was incredible. The most memorable time of my life. So cool.
Man, yeah, just imagining all those talented people from different aspects of life in one place. That's crazy.
We learned when we were at the museum that, I think I told you this, Preston, there's some stat that, the big thing was barnstorming and these exhibition teams like Larup and Luz and all that. And I believe the Negro Leagues players had a much they beat the white teams way more than the white teams beat the Negro Leagues teams. They were incredible players.
Man,
Oh yeah.
It'd almost be so hard to include them in this league because there's so many good players. Not to mention the stats are all wonky, but oh my god.
Yeah, it's just that will forever be the biggest travesty is because of how things played out in that era. We can just we can't turn back time and go and change it, which is the saddest thing. So,
and the other sad thing is we focused on, Preston, you'd appreciate this. We focused on the 1948 Negro Leagues All-Star Game. And that was kind of the theme. Christy Lazonis, Kalo, she was the head designer on that. But that was the beginning of the end for the Negro Leagues. So it was bittersweet because that was the last year there were really star players. Then they all started going to the majors. And then the Negro Leagues was defunct a few years later.
Yeah.
And there was the big businesses in the black community were the Negro Leagues team. So it was, in a way, it was really sad, but obviously positive because they were playing in the majors. But
yeah, that's definitely the definition of bittersweet. Like on the one hand, they're paving the way. They created. If it weren't for the Negro Leagues, we wouldn't have had Hank Aaron, what Hank Aaron could do, what Willie Mays can do, and all of that. But on the other hand, for that to all go away, they definitely carved out their own thing that was legit and amazing. So, yeah, that's crazy. Go Kalo, shout out. Kalo, designer of a lot of those Army Navy football uniforms, Ben.
Yep.
Oh, beautiful.
She got an honorary what is it?
Like a commendation from the Army or something?
Yep, honorary commendation from West Point for all of her work with their uniforms. So shout out Kalo. Okay, well, let's see. Are we ready to paste these offensive stats in here?
Let's do it.
Let's go. I see Johnny Bench in there. Oh, Will Clark. Will Clark goes 2 for 4.
Oh, my Lord.
He has half of
Millbrae, what are you doing?
Oh, Greg. Will Clark has half the hits in the whole team. They go 4 for 34. No home runs, no RBI, no stolen bases. Yikes. They're down 7-0.
With Burley versus Gibson.
Yeah. Quickly, Fred Lynn, 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 RBI. Cesar Cedeno, 2 hits, home run, 3 RBI, 2 hits for run say. Only 2 strikeouts. Okay. Well, let me go copy this.
I had Frank Howard. Greg, I had Frank Howard last year, and he was so bad for me. I noticed he's doing pretty well this year. But
yeah.
Maury Wills, too. I had Maury Wills. He's having a great year.
Yeah, he is. Well, with the pitching, made it look not quite as bad.
Yeah, I mean, made it respectable, but
Gibson didn't give up any earned runs. He gave up some unearned runs, but quality start for him. Well as Cordero, 1 1/3 innings. He gave up 2 runs. He got lit up a bit, but Burley, quality start, 6 innings, 3 runs. And Lindy McDaniel, 1 1/3 scoreless with a save and a strikeout. So made it look a little more respectable, but Sluggers jumping out to a 9-5. They're on a 4-game win streak here, dating back to last week. So they're kind of rolling right now. Can the Boomers slow them down? We got Oral Hershiser and Cordero versus Robin Roberts and Lindy McDaniel.
Oral Hershiser, like Justin Verlander, a famous giant.
Yeah.
The giant.
I'm sure all the Dodger fans would agree with that statement. Do you remember Dave Dravecki?
Of course. I was watching the game in Montreal when Will Clark heard a snapping sound, and it was Dave Dravecki's surgically repaired arm or whatever. Yeah.
My dad met him and got his book signed.
He was quite an incredible human being.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. Wow, that was so sad.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get these offenses in here. See what we got. Ooh, 3-2. It's close. We have Pete Rose gets 2 hits. Carlton Fisk, 4 for 6. Barry Bonds. This is a 0-1 Barry Bonds. 2 for 4 with a run and a walk. They're lucky that's all he did. Over on the other side, Pinson, 2 for 4, walk RBI. And Hank Aaron, 1 for 4, walk RBI. 3-2. 3-2. This one's going to come down to the pitching. What about 93 Hershiser versus Robin Roberts? Who would you give the edge in this matchup, Leap?
Or the Bulldog, Oral.
Okay. All right. Let's
100%.
see.
Yep.
Oh, you're right.
Golly, Rob.
Boy,
what
you're
you
right.
doing?
Robin Roberts, I mean, he had a lot of great games, but he's kind of like those 60s pitchers you were talking about, Leap, where you never know. He's got some bad games in there, too.
Yeah.
Lenny McDaniel does another scoreless inning. But, yeah, Hershiser, 7 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. Gets a quality start and win. Cordero gets a save. 10-2. The Sluggers run away with this one. Shoot, Greg, your Boomers coming into game 3 need to try to snag a win. Try not to get, it'd be rough to get swept 2 weeks in a row. That's devastating. We're looking at Dave Steeb and Francisco Cordero versus Hal Newhouser and Lindy McDaniel.
Getting a steady dose of Ron Say here from the Louisville Sluggers.
Yeah.
He was probably the biggest giant killer. Like Jose Oquendo was bad, but Ron Say, the Penguin, didn't even look like a baseball player. And he always beat the Giants for the Dodgers and the Cubs. Hate that guy.
I had to learn when I was a kid, baseball is a sport where you can't judge a book by its cover all the time. I would go to like the Oregon State baseball camps. One time there was this Opie looking guy, just goofy looking, awkward kid who went to shortstop. And I'm like, who's this guy? What's he doing out here? And he had incredible hands, made every play. He was so good. You kind of learn that some pretty funny looking dudes like Pence, they just go out there and they get it done. It's crazy.
Yeah. These guys, you see them in the clubhouse, especially they can street clothes or just a towel even. And they're some guys especially the pitchers.
Maddox.
The pitchers, especially the lefties.
Right. Yeah, maybe.
Well, Ben was a athletic specimen when we played. Yeah.
72-mile-an-hour fastball with the wind behind my back.
They called him the human rain delay for a reason.
That's awesome.
Let's paste these stats in here.
That's better.
Okay. Well, wow. All right. Millbrae 6-0 lead. Look at Eddie Matthews, 3 for 5, 2 runs, home run, 4 RBI.
Frank
Gene
Howard
Tennis goes 2 hits, a walk, solo home run. Let's see what Frank Howard did. 3 for 4 with the run.
That's my guy. I told you he was awesome.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Pinson. He's been doing good. 3 for 6, a run, and RBI. Clark 0 for 3 with a walk. Now, he was incredible last year in this league. This year, he's cooled off a little bit. But over on the other side, Fisk has been really good lately. 2 for 4 with an RBI. Cedeno has another good game. Runsay 1 for 1. Well, Dave Steeb and Hal Newhouser. Actually, in my mind, these two are a close-ish matchup.
Yeah.
I'd probably normally give Newhouser the nod, but Newhouser has he's patted a 6-0 lead right now, so we'll see. Oh man.
And Lord.
Well, Steve did everything he could.
Lindy. Okay, Lindy has a 0 FIP. A 0 FIP and was garbage.
A 0 FIP. Wow. How is that? He walked 2 guys, struck out 3. Huh. Okay. Yeah. Well, Steve 7 scoreless with just 3 hits, and Cordero had to scoreless 2/3. But yeah, I mean they were down by too much. Newhouser gets a quality start and a win. Lindy McDaniel gets a win. And the Millbrae Boomers take game 3, 9-3. Greg says National League Clark good. Ale Clark bad. his Rangers tenure. Did Clark play the Rangers the same time as Rafael Palmeiro? Uh-oh.
Did we?
I think we lost Leap.
Oh.
He disappeared. He'll probably be back here in a second.
Well, Millbrae salvaged the series a little bit. Get that win was important because what it does to them in the standings is they're both 15-15 now.
Right up there. And there's a 3-game gap between them and the teams below them. But you don't want to take that for granted. It's good to have, but you don't want to take it for granted because that could be taken away as soon as today. That gap. Who knows? Sluggers taking those two wins are huge for them as they try to creep up to the OGs in the top of the Central.
Yep. And
then the Boomers, that's just a wider gap between them and Puddletown.
You know, it's crazy though. 4 games is not a lot. So Puddletown, I mean, obviously, in my opinion, I think they're the best team in that division, hands down. But Millbrae's only 4 games back. I mean, a lot of things can happen, which is crazy to even think, but 19-11, 15-15 is not that big of a gap, you know. It's like it's weird. Down here in the Central,
that is weird.
Oh, down here in the Central, we have just no idea what's going on here. We'll see what happens to OGs and Doo-Whoppers. I mean, Doo-Whoppers is, according to Roto, the best team in that division. They're 12-15. So,
well, no matter what, after how things went with the Sluggers, they can only have at least one winning record in that whole conference at the end of today. And if the OGs get swept, which they probably won't, but it's possible, there could be no winning record after 10 weeks in that freaking conference. What's going on? So
that is nuts, man. Oh, Lord.
Okay. Leap said he bounced. He doesn't know what happened. He's trying to get back on, but so that was good. I'm glad for Millbrae they were able to salvage that 3rd game. But the Sluggers kind of coming on out of nowhere. The last 2 weeks they've been up 5-1 record, so they're charging back up there. They're running low on usage for Gibson though. They're really pounding through the usage of Bob Gibson, so we'll see.
That's interesting.
We shall see. Do we want to check out our next matchup?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Masters of the Diamond.
Ooh.
Oh. Hearts, Ethan. Hearts. Our fellow Canadian versus Formidable. Mr. Nathan. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Roto loves them some Nathan. They love Formidable.
Yeah, they do.
He is ranked 8th in Roto, 14th offense, 2nd pitching versus Masters, who's 6th in Roto, 9th offense, 7th pitching. Formidable is the unluckiest manager with a -12, Preston.
Man, half the league.
12.
It should be half the league difference in where they're at. That's Nathan, man. We got to get you back on the stream.
Their standings 10-17. They're in a division that's just low. They've got $ hitMachine and Old Dominion Desperados, who are just absolutely just going nuts right now.
Yeah, 2 juggernauts in that division.
He's going to have to go for that 6th seed. You know what I mean? Just try to get to 500. So
he's going to try his best. We know Nathan, and then Masters, of course, in that AL Central. That's just a dogfight over there.
Yep.
So Mosby only 1 game ahead right now. Is that right? 16? Oh, yeah. Only.
Yeah. No, he's not ahead. He's 2 above 500.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Only one more win. Yeah, but not ahead. So a real opportunity there to, get some distance off of Masters. Mosby. And then Short Porch is going to be playing later today, so Masters got to set the tone in that division battle. Okay, exciting. Let's pull up game number 1. We are looking at Cliff Lee and Cody Allen versus Sam Lever and Armando Benitez. And this is the same Sam Lever that Masters traded to Formidable.
Oh, no.
He's pitching against his old team.
Could he do it?
Could he do it? Cliff Lee was really good last week. He was highlighted. One of the players highlighted it in the intro. So we'll see if he keeps it up this week. I don't know. Are we ready for these hitting stats?
Let me copy it over here. Just a minute. Okay. And let's go ahead.
All right.
Golly, Nathan with some bad luck. 405 from Masters.
Man.
Oh my gosh.
Masters of the Diamond. Sam Rice, 4 for 5, 2 runs. Ross Young's 3 for 4. Tony Womack, 1 for 3, 2 runs, a walk, 2 RBI, and a stolen base. George Case, a lot of backups in here. Almost all backups. George Case had a hit, run, walk, stolen base. 2 hits for Teixeira and Gilliam. Yeah, but looking over, Don Mattingly had 2 hits and RBI, but Jose Canseco, 3 for 5 with a run, a home run, and 4 RBI. And Mike Schmidt, he's in the MVP race, top 5 in the MVP race. He hit the 2-run homer. But Formidable, good job hanging in. But Masters have a 5-3 lead going into pitching. Can Sam Lever pull it back and stick it to his old team for trading him away?
Not that I'm rooting against Masters, but I really hope Lever goes off.
Brent says Lever knows what's up. Let's see. All right. Without further ado. Well,
he does go off, but Benitez.
Oh, Benitez sold. If Benitez hadn't gotten blown up, Lever would have brought it back with his 7 scoreless innings, 2 hits. Oh, man. I mean, Cliff Lee did well. His quality start, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, and 0 strikeouts. Cody Allen gets probably a hold. But Masters hold on 7-6. How many times has this happened this year to Nathan? Is it just me, or has he lost so many 1-run games?
He's the new you-know-what from last season.
Yeah, I guess so.
My gosh.
Sorry about it, Nathan Armando.
Look at that, Ethan, though. Ethan, look at that Masters with the victory. Oh, my goodness.
So good. Well, look at Masters in game 2. Flipping the script, David Cohn pitching against his old team. David Cohn was in that trade from Formidable.
Okay.
He will be pitching against his old team, and he's going against Jim Palmer, who's been pretty dang good lately, actually.
All right.
We got a Hank Greenberg sighting. Greenberg back in there. He's still on thin ice with Brent, I believe. But we'll see. He hasn't been terrible lately. Let's see how he does today. 1 for 5 with a run, a strikeout. But Masters 5-1 lead.
Oh, man, this is not good.
Let's see. Dom DiMaggio, 2 hits, 3 runs, walk, 2 RBI. Paul Wainer, 2 for 3 with an RBI. Red Rolf, that dude, 2 for 4. The walk, 2 runs, 2 hits for Manny Sanguian. Let's see. Over on Nathan's side, Honus Wagner, 3 for 5. Robbie Cano, don't you know, 2 for 4 with a solo homer. Javi Lopez hit a solo homer. But he's down 5-1. Tough.
Well, what will Cone do? I mean, Lever absolutely went crazy. Is Cone going to do the same?
Yeah. Let's see it. David Cone versus his old team.
Gets him beat. He gets him beat.
He does. The pressure gets to him. He sells. 5 2/3, 6 hits, 5 earned runs. Oh, man. And Jim Palmer throws a masterpiece. That's a 3-hit complete game shutout.
Crazy.
3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Benitez gets touched up again, gives up a homer in 1 inning. But Formidable, thanks to Palmer's gem and Cone's blow up, Formidable takes it 8-5.
Ethan, my day is ruined right now. Golly.
What a comeback. What a comeback. How much did Ethan pay Cone for that?
No kidding. Wow, David. What are you doing?
Well, we got a rubber match now. We got a matchup here. Game 3, we're looking at Claude Hendricks and Craig Kimbrell versus Lefty Gomez and Armando Benitez. Brent frustrated with Cone there. Oof, Cone. Lefty Gomez has been really good this year, but Kimbrell, one of the better relievers too. Okay, let's drop in these hitting stats. Oh, Formidable holding on 3-2. Look at these batting averages.
Lord, these man
combined 26 hits between these teams. Just no power there for Masters, and that kind of came back to hurt him a little. Actually, no power either side. Let's go, Nathan. Finish him.
I'm loving the 8-bit font we got going on.
Yeah, it's mixed up a little bit. I like it. We got, let's see, for Formidable, 2 hits for Jose Canseco, Lloyd Wayner, Bobby Bonilla, Mike Schmidt, 2 hits with a walk and 2 runs. Honus Wagner, 3 for 5. Mattingly, 2 for 5 with a run. And then over on Masters side, I mean, Tris Speaker, of course, he's been awesome. 2 for 3, 3 walks and a run. George Case, 3 for 5 with a run. He's been surprisingly good. But Manny Sanguin, 2 for 4, 2 runs. Nathan holds a 3-2 lead going into pitching. Could Nathan take this series? He's got Lefty Gomez.
Ethan, what's going to happen?
Oh, man, we're going to find out in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, what a
3,
delay.
2, 1, go. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Lefty Gomez, what are you doing?
Masters sweep the pitching categories 8-0 to win 10-3. Yeah, Lefty Gomez, let's see, 2 2/3, 4 runs. He got lit up. Benitez was okay, but Claude Hendricks, look at the 6-hit shutout. What a game for him. And Kimbrell does Kimbrell things. He gets that's the Mariano Rivera line, the save, scoreless inning with 1 strikeout. Wow. Well, that's a great way to finish out this series there, Brent. Emphatic victory, thanks to pitching staff there in Game 3.
Jeez.
So that's a 2-1 series, and Nathan just cannot catch a break. He had the lead 3-2 going into pitching, and he had Lefty Gomez on the mound. So kind of thought you had him where you wanted him, but no.
That puts the pressure on Ethan.
It does, because currently Masters of the Diamond are in first place in the league. We'll see. Ethan has to go at least 2-1 to tie Masters. If Ethan gets a sweep, he's first place in the Central. We'll see.
Yeah, in the American League, it puts Masters at 4th. 17 and 13 puts them at 4th place. And then Formidable, he's at 10th. And
so tough. He needs to be getting at least 2 in 1 week.
Got to get here.
1 and 2s.
He's got to get to 500, and then he has a conversation. And not was that 8-game difference?
Got to try to climb that ladder. Nathan, it's tough. Let's see. Did I get a text from Chris Leeper? Sorry. Okay. Let me send a link to him. While I'm doing that, do we want to look at our next matchup?
We do. The Doo-Whoppers versus the Dancin Homers. And this will be a fun one because the Doo-Whoppers are sitting right there in that division that they can absolutely win if they put some good games together here at 12 and 15. Roto likes them. They're number 1 in Roto in the Central Division anyway. Dancin Homers, however, 18 and 9. They were rolling until they got swept. That was kind of wild to see that. But they're number 1 in the East. That division is absolutely bonkers how good it is. But they're 18 and 9, sitting very pretty. According to Roto, Dancin Homers are now the 7th ranked Roto team, but they are the number 1 ranked offense, 18th pitching. They get some better pitching numbers. They're going to be sitting very pretty. But the Doo-Whoppers are the 10th ranked Roto team, 12th offense and 10th pitching. Pretty even numbers there. But, like I say, each matchup, there's always somebody that can really gain more. I would say it's the Doo-Whoppers. They really need these victories more than Dancin Homers. But, this division's so stacked up here that if the Dancin Homers slip again, you're not talking about an automatic bid to the playoffs. So it's going to be fun.
That is going to be fun. So shocked about that sweep from last week.
Brent, it's been fun as usual. No starts from Cone next week. Not making that mistake again.
That was a lot of pressure there after how that after that trade pitching against his old team. One would think Cone was very clutch he has a perfect game in the playoffs. But we'll see. Okay, let me pull up. Sorry, I was sending a link there to Mr. Leeper. Things here. Okay, let me pull up the first game so we can look at that. Between these two teams.
Woo! Those are some names there. Holy cow. Andy Messersmith and Tom Hinkie versus Sandy Koufax, a 58 Koufax. Yikes. And John Wetland.
Even a 58 Koufax, I would take over Messersmith. No offense to Andy Messersmith. But yeah. Well, Doo-Whoppers versus Dancin. Let's get her going.
Oh.
I jumped the gun a little. Let's see how it corrects. Oh, it stayed largely the same. Doo-Whoppers jump out to a 6-2 lead. Look at this 395 batting average.
Sheesh.
15 hits. Edgar Martinez, 3 for 4 with a run and a walk. We got Lance Berkman, of course, 2 for 5, 2 runs and a solo homer. Chick Haffey, 2 for 5 with a run, a home run, and 5 RBI. Over on the other side, Guillen had 3 hits as well. We had Roger Bresnan, backup catcher, Bresnahan, 3 for 4 with a run, an RBI, and a stolen base. Kiki Kyler had 2 hits, 2 RBI for Jackie Jensen. That's a light hitting game for Dancin.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, they've got their victories on riding the coattails of their offense and being down 6-2 after after an offensive pull is going to be tough.
Yeah, especially with Messerschmitt versus the great Koufax.
He's got Koufax going. I mean, you can lean on that, but
yeah. He's the one with Koufax. You're right. So who knows? He might bring it back. Let's see.
Oh my goodness.
He does bring it back.
Golly.
And, Messerschmitt didn't even pitch bad.
Basically sweeps the pitching categories. Basically.
Koufax, 7 innings, win quality start, 7 hits, 1 earned run. It was a solo homer, 8 strikeouts. John Wetland, look at him, 2 1/3 scoreless. He brings in that IIS. Messerschmitt, 1 out away from a quality start with 1 run and 5 2/3. And then Henke, he got a blown save win there.
Wow.
With 1 inning, and he got the win. But Dancin homers bring it back. 8-6. This one could haunt the Doo-Whoppers. Chance to get a win against Dancin homers.
Yep.
Shoot, that's tough. Well, looking at game 2, we have David Price, a Devil Rays David Price. That bodes well. 2015 versus Ed Rulebach.
Okay, this could be interesting.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay.
Is this a league debut for Roger over here? I don't think I've ever seen that name.
Well, look in game 1, 3 for 4, a run, an RBI, and a stolen base. But that might have been his league debut. This is his first week. He hasn't been really used hardly at all. So All right. Let's see it. Oh, we got some crazy delays today on my. Oh, they flipped around. Look at these. Look at this. 406 batting average, and he loses batting 6-2.
Yeah, I was gonna say 406, and you're down 6-2.
What happened here? Lenny Dykstra, of all people, 3 for 4, 3 runs, a walk, 2 RBI. Jeff Bagwell, that makes sense. 1 for 2, 2 runs with 2 walk, home run, 3 RBI. What a beast. Semyon has a decent game. Hanley Ramirez has a good game. 1 for 2, a run, RBI, and a stolen base. Though. Brett Carter, 406 batting average. Tim Salmon, 3 for 5. Bernie Williams, 3 for 5. Bernie's been good for him. 2 hits for Carl Crawford, 2 for Nomar, who had a stolen base and an RBI, 2 for Veritek. Dang, tough crowd.
If we're going off of the game 1, expect the Doo-Whoppers to come back, but
that's true.
I was shocked in game 1.
Yeah, David Price, he was good in 2015, but we'll see. Rulebach, you never know. He's generally pretty solid old school pitcher. So.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What a horrendous outing from John Wetland.
He technically did not get an out, but I had to put the 0.1 in there for it to register. 4 hits and 4 earned runs, and they just said, get out of here, and bumped him off the mound. And then Rulebach only lasts 3 innings, giving up his 2 earned runs. So they have a team ERA of 17.42 and a 2.9 whip.
So they literally flipped the script. Game 1, 6-2, that team loses. Game 2, 6-2, that team loses.
You're right. Wow. So we got a weird trend going on here. David Price, props to him. 7 scoreless innings. 5 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, gets the win in his quality start. Soriano did give up a run, but it didn't matter. Doo-Whoppers take game 2.
Man, what a good matchup right now.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm getting weird delays on my.
So Chris Sale and Tom Henke versus Dutch Leonard and John Hiller. I don't even know how to feel about it. I mean, obviously, I want to go with Chris Sale because he's just incredible in this league. But this league is just so wild.
2018 Chris Sale. That's early Red Sox Chris Sale when he was still pretty dang good.
Was that when you were in love? No, you was in love with him with the. We played
This
for
is
the
right
White
around
Sox.
when I traded him away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dutch Leonard. This is 1916. John Hiller has not given up a run yet this year. So he's one of the better backup relievers in all the league. So. Okay, game 1. Let's see what these offenses can do. Or game 3, sorry.
Oh my Lord. Dude, I can't listen. I'm looking at the Doo-Whoppers line, and I'm like, bro, you got to feel good about 2 bombs, 9 runs, 324, and he's getting beat because Dancin Homer's offense is crazy good.
Yeah, I mean, Doo-Whoppers loses by 1 hit, 2 runs, 1 homer, 1 stolen base. Batting average is super close, but look at 14 RBI. I mean, Dancin homers get a triple-double, but Marcus Semien, 3 for 5, 2 runs, home run, 5 RBI, and a stolen base. Have a day, Marcus. Pedro Guerrero, 1 for 4, but it was a 3-run homer. And then Mickey Cochran, 4 for 5, 2 runs, and 4 RBI. Those 3 batters combined for 12 RBI. Crazy. Lenny Dystra, he's having a day too. 2 for 4, 3 runs, a walk, solo homer, and a stolen base. Yeah, Dancin homers up 7-1. Trend or not, it's going to be really hard.
If you
Brent
do this one, Doo-Whoppers, you need to have some respect on their name if they come back on this one.
But it could. Chris Sale, man. Tom Hankey's no joke. Let's see it. Can he pull off the miracle comeback? No, he doesn't. Oh my. Dutch Leonard says not today. Look at him with a 8-hit shutout. We've had a lot of complete game shutouts today. Dutch Leonard with an 8-hit shutout. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Hiller gives up his first run of the year. No longer a scoreless pitcher. Oh man. Well, it was a good run, Mr. Hiller. It was a good run. So,
we have a pretty interesting thing that's happened though in the standings now. This could change obviously later on with another matchup, but we have our first 20-game winner.
Wow!
Dancin homers has hit the 20-win mark.
Congratulations, Dancin homers! Look at who we got here. Look who we got back. I'm gonna bounce back here. We got Mr. Leaper back on.
Hey.
Yeah, it bounced you off.
Yeah, I was on my Nike computer and all my Nike apps got all messed up, so I got logged off. So I'm on my home computer now. Hey, but I just wanted to come back on and say thanks for Ben, for you and Preston for doing this. It's like I said, it's a dream concept that I never could have imagined. So it's a ton of fun. Yeah, really. Thanks a lot.
Well, we
appreciate it,
you guys. We appreciate everybody's participation in this, and this is Preston's baby. I'm just here helping out, but it's an absolute blast to be able to. I mean, it's so unique. When he brought it to me 2 years ago, I'm like, yeah, let's try that, and it was just a hit. I mean,
yeah.
You never know. You never know until you start it. I always obviously have a million ideas in my head. I'm trying different things. But then once we started this, it was a big hit, and I remember telling Ben before season 2 last year, because Ben didn't know you at all, Leap, and I remember telling Ben, Leap is basically the exact type of person, the model type of person I want in this league. Yeah, just like all about baseball. Grew up with baseball, great baseball knowledge, and fantasy experience and all that stuff. So yeah, it's been awesome having you in the league.
Yeah, cool. All right, I'll let you guys get back to it.
Appreciate it, Lee.
Okay.
Good meeting you.
Again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, good meeting you too. I'd missed you last summer, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You were at the coast that weekend.
I'll have to make a trip up there again.
All right, good. Awesome.
Have a good night.
See you guys see you later.
Yeah. Chris Leeper, ladies and gentlemen. Legendary manager.
Whoop, still there.
Don't make his head too big.
There we go. It'd been funny if he had
average manager.
It'd be funny if he tacked those jerseys up on his kitchen ceiling really quickly. Just for then his wife really would have been like, okay.
Why is our kitchen? Yeah.
Why are there jerseys on the ceiling of our kitchen? Oh man, yeah, what a great guy, Ethan. Yeah.
Good old Ethan.
Oh man. Okay, well, back to Dancin homers have won 2/3 of their game all season, which is crazy. 2/3 of their games through 10 weeks. Very impressive. 20 wins. First 1 to 20.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
That puts Doo-Whoppers puts them in a rut in the Central. They're 4 under 500, and Louisville, they're trending this way. OG's they're kind of here.
Here's the question though. After the Doo-Whoppers, their offense was crazy good this week, and their pitching in general wasn't too bad. Do you think they're still the top roto team? We haven't seen the OGs yet today or Stonies. Could they still be the top roto team in the division?
They're 10th in roto. OGs is 11th.
Oh, okay. They're close.
Yeah. Louisville's 19th. And then but listen to this. Stoney's Jabronies is 13th.
Okay. So they're knocking on the door too. But it's just that Doo-Whoppers, let's see, 15 hits game 1, 13 hits game 2, 12 hits game 3.
Yeah.
So, their offense is going up for sure.
You got to think their offense will go up. Yeah, the pitching might go down a little bit, but man, that's still such a weird division. And I know, we're trending. We don't have a ton of weeks left, but it's just we don't know, man. That division is crazy.
Yeah, and if John gets like a sweep or something, chaos. Utter chaos.
Can you imagine?
Charges up there. Yeah. Bring on the chaos. We want it.
I know it.
Oh, man. Well, who does that bring up next?
The Dead Sea Squirrels versus the Tiger Lilies.
Ooh, two teams really in need of wins here, huh?
Badly. Let's see, Dead Sea Squirrels right there. 11-16 Dead Sea Squirrels. Tiger Lilies are 9-18. Roto, Dead Sea's 23rd in Roto, 20th offense, 23rd pitching. Tiger Lilies is 20th in Roto, 22nd offense, 13th pitching. That's basically all we can say is they both need wins.
Well, the good news is for these teams, at least one of them's about to pick up at least 2 wins.
Yeah, it's true, right?
At least one of them is going to have a winning record for the day. So,
who will it be?
Who will it be is the question. All right, let me pull over these games. We'll look at game 1, and it's looking like Red Faber and Lee Smith versus Hooks Wiltsey and Jonathan Papelbon. Okay. All right. Let's just start flowing into it. See what we get offensively from these two teams. Squirrels jump out to a 6-2 lead. We got Luke Appling has a 4-for-5 game with 2 runs, 2 hits for Rod Crew and 2 for Ron Santo. Crew with a stolen base. What do we? Heilman has a good game on their side. 2 for 5, 2 runs, home run, 3 RBI, and then Alfonso Soriano hits a 2-run homer. Sneeze here. Mute myself.
What you got? To sneeze? Ooh, achoo!
You ever read that kid's book? Watch out, the elephant needs to sneeze or whatever is going to sneeze.
Yeah,
great book.
Yeah,
I grew up on it, and then we got it for our kids. So, okay. All right, Red Faber, Lee Smith. Let's do it. Oh.
Yeah, all right. Dead Sea wins.
Okay. Yeah, we got Gross and Grosser here. Both starting pitchers give up 5 earned runs. Hooks over 8 innings. Red over 5. 2 scoreless innings for Lee Smith and a 1 scoreless for Papelbon, but pretty much a break even on the pitching. Squirrels win 9-4.
Yes.
Thank you, Ethan. Thank you. What is he saying in this other one? I need a TDLR on this other message, man.
Watching some MATL and OKC Thunder. My wife is being terrorized. Good. What a comment. Let's put that one up there. Let me tell
Ethan
you,
is living the dream.
And eggs with pepperoni pizza and orange juice slushy. Watching some MATL and the OKC Thunder. My wife is being terrorized with 3 kids. Life is good. Beautiful.
Wow.
And this might be the
fun.
greatest comment right now. Just yuck from Wade.
Oh, that describes that game for him. His 189 batting average and 5 earned runs from the starting pitcher. Yeah, I'm feeling for you there from Wade.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, game 2, maybe that'll be better. We're looking at Rick Rushell and Lee Smith versus Christy Mathewson and Jonathan.
Oh,
yeah, he's bringing it.
Good offense here, and you'll have a chance.
Yeah, let's see. We are looking. Oh my, dude, Wade.
That one's over.
What's going on?
Are you kidding me?
What's going on, Wade?
Bless America.
Oh my, this is like season 2 Tony Ducey team. Like, what's happening?
What's so bad about that is we're going to waste the Mathewson start.
Yeah,
that's what sucks about that.
That's true, I guess, because even tiebreaker you can't get it. Dang, man. Well, credit to Squirrels. They had Carew 2 hits, Appling 2 walks and a hit. Ken Griffey Jr. 3 for 4, a run, walk, home run, 2 RBI, stolen base. Okay, well, let's see. Let's just paste in this pitching stats because this one's at hand. Oh man! This one,
hurts me to look at.
9-7. The Squirrels hold on. Rushell gives up 6 earned runs. Lee Smith gets the save, but Chrissy Mathewson, of course, does his thing. 7 scoreless. Papelbon does well, but man. Okay, Tiger Lilies. Can we get signs of life here? We got to get the old paddles out here. Try to get this offense revived or something. I mean, I guess to revive implies that it was awake at some point, right? Jumpstart, maybe. Let's go with that. He says, well, at least I can paint. Yes, right. You can. Oh, my. Okay, game 3. Stan Kovaleski, Lee Smith versus Grover Alexander, another all-time great pitcher, and Jonathan Papelbon. Okay, get those bats going. Let's go, Tiger Lilies. Oh my! There. Oh, there.
Do they ever? Look at this. 500 batting average.
Yeah, 8 RBI, 16 hits. They save it for 1 game. Heilman has another good game. 2 for 4, run, 2 RBI. Reggie Smith, 2 for 4, walk, run, home run, 3 RBI. Heine Zimmerman, 3 for 4, RBI, stolen base. Toby Hara, stolen base. Gil Hodges, 2 stolen base. Soriano, 4 for 6, run, RBI, stolen base, 5 stolen bases. Over the other side, the pantries are pretty bare. 167 batting average. Yogi Berra did hit a solo homer. 2 hits for Griffey Jr. and Bobby Abreu. Stan Musial over 4. What's going on with that? Well, can't win them all. 6-0. Tiger Lilies have the lead. And he's got Grover Cleveland coming up. So looking good for him.
Grover Alexander.
Grover Cleveland Alexander's his full name.
Oh, okay.
He's named after the president.
I was gonna say.
Yep. 9-3 victory for the Tiger Lilies, as we expect. Kovaleski did great. He had 6 scoreless innings. Lee Smith with a save, 1 scoreless. But Grover had the wing quality start, 9 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. Papelbon, 2/3 scoreless. Wade says, I demand a recount. My team could hit water. My team couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. 500 batting average, 16 for 32. Aberration, but we'll take it. So the Squirrels, just like that, they get a 2-1 series victory, which they needed as they try to climb up towards that middle ground.
If you look at the American League, if you look at divisions, it looks like they're way out of it. But you look at the American League, and that's what they're gunning for, is that 6th spot. So right now, Mosby Special's in it, 16-14. That's 3 wins different, 3 losses different. Not as much as you think.
Nope. Yeah, the divisions look pretty rough for these teams.
Because they just got some juggernauts in their defender.
Yeah, it's a tough crowd. Tough crowd for sure. All right, Scrappy Squirrels back to being a little scrappy. They took what was given to them. And then Tiger Lilies they got to channel that Game 3 energy going forward. That brings us to our next matchup.
OGs versus Sasquad.
Ooh.
This will be fun because OGs is leading the Central 15-12 right now, with Louisville trending this direction. It's very mixed up division. Sasquad's in that absolutely just loaded division. In fact, all 4 teams are in the top 12 of Roto. Sasquad's the lowest. They're actually 12th. They're the 23rd ranked offense and 5th ranked pitching.
Wow, that's crazy. What's funny is his team actually has a really good batting average. They just must not have good counting stats.
Yeah.
To be 23rd ranked offense.
Now, interestingly enough, OGs is the 11th ranked. There's 1 rank above them in Roto. But these teams are very similar because OGs is ranked 19th in offense, 9th in pitching. And, the records kind of resemble that. 16-11.
Yeah. It's funny. That is interesting. I was going to ask because I got the impression they were close to each other in Roto because these teams do seem pretty comparable on paper to me.
Yeah.
So, just like the Quakers and the Puddletown, maybe this will be a real battle of a matchup. We'll see. Okay, let me pull over game numero uno. We are looking at Walter Johnson and Bruce Sutter. First, Max Scherzer and Francisco Rodriguez.
Going right at him. First game, Walter Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir. It's 2018 Max Scherzer, so we'll see. All right, let's get these hitters loaded up. I got some kind of delay on my laptop right now, but Geeze jump out to a 6-2 lead.
with Walter Johnson on the hill.
Yeah, that bodes well for them. Buster Posey, 3 for 4, 2 runs RBI. Jack Fournier had 3 RBI and a stolen base. Sheffield 2 for 3 with a run. Yelich 2 for 5. On the other side, BGE 2 for 4 with a walk. Encarnacion 2 for 3. Bogarts, Beltre 2 for 3 with a solo homer. But what do we got going on?
We're so dumb.
Oh.
Nickname that way is supposed to be the same thing. We just run with it. We're just BGE, baby.
Are you pasting in Walter Johnson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
You can. I got Scherzer queued up.
My bad. All right.
Let's do it. Hello. There we go. The delay.
Oh,
we got a tie. Really?
Walter was terrible.
So, oh my, 2 innings for Walter. He must have got hurt. So wait, runs go to OGs. Oh, and RBI
Still gets the win.
Geeze, take
He
it. Because
is so lucky. Walter Johnson was terrible and was still able to hold on because of FIP.
Suter, FIP. Jeez, Suter. Great. Suter he gave up a run too, but he got the save. He still managed to get the save. That helped him too. Scherzer, 6 innings, 2 runs, 10 strikeouts. K-Rod got the save, but K-Rod gives up a run. Man, squeaking by the OGs. Squeaking by. That's going to hurt Walter Johnson's Cy Young race numbers.
God, he was terrible there.
He's trying to overtake Santana again. That bodes well for Johan Santana. Game 2, though, we're looking at Eddie Plank and Mariano Rivera versus Justin Verlander and K-Rod. Yeah, such good pitchers. All right. Let's see what we got with the sticks. Sasquad takes the lead, 4-3. Very close.
How does he have a lead with a 382 versus 188 batting average?
What?
God.
How? I guess not much power over on the other side.
Now, by the way, I think this is Edgar Renteria's first game in the league this year, I think.
Yes. That's a good call. He hadn't been used. You're right. It is, and he goes 1 for 4, a run, an RBI, and a stolen base. Ricky Henderson, 3 for 5 with the stolen base. McCutcheon has a great game, 1 for 3, a walk and a 2-run homer. Look at Giles, 0 for 6.
BGE, come on.
Come on, bro.
What are you doing?
Gary Sheffield, 3 for 5 with a solo homer on the other side. But, Sasquad with the 188 batting average has a 4-3 lead.
I don't even know how that's possible.
Eddie Plank and Mariano Rivera, that's a tough crowd. Depends on what kind of Verlander. 08 Verlander. That bodes well. But we'll see.
My Lord, Plank.
Another tie. Another tie. Runs go to Sasquad and RBI.
How do you have Walter Johnson and Eddie Plank in the same series? And go look at are they almost identical numbers? 2 innings, 3 earned runs, 7 hits.
2 innings, 3 earned runs, 5 hits.
What the heck?
What happened in these games? They don't take these guys out. That's where I wish I had the data on what actually happened in those games.
Yes.
Did they get hurt? Was there a fire in town and they all had to, I don't know what happened. Verlander does that say 6 earned runs for Verlander?
Wow. 4 hits?
Oh my gosh.
He hit 2 he's wild. 4 walks, 2 hit by pitches.
Wow. Well, Sasquad holds on. We've got 2 ties so far. What a crazy close matchup. Oh, great. Yeah. All right. Now we got Lance Lynn, Bruce Sam McDowell, Francisco Rodriguez.
The elite Lance Lynn.
Can't beat him. All right. Let's start with the hitting and see where that puts us here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
Oh my Lord. Sasquad goes off.
316 batting average, 12 hits, 2 home runs. Brian Giles, 1 for 3 with a walk and a solo homer. Edgar Renteria, 2 for 4 with a walk and a solo homer. Maybe he deserves more time in this league.
Here comes that guy.
Jeff Kent, 2 hits. Signs of life from Ricky Henderson this week, which is great to see. 3 for 5, 2 runs, walk, RBI, and 2 stolen bases. On the other side, Albert Bell, 2 for 3 with a walk, 2 RBI. That's about it.
Well, listen, I love what you did for the Cardinals, Lance Lynn, but I can't trust you here, brother.
Lance Lynn used to, at some point, I don't know why, they said he spent his off seasons in Wilsonville, Oregon. And I tried to talk to figure out anyone who knew him because I would be like, offer to catch up bullpens for him. Because this is back when I was still pretty spry, but I could never quite find anyone who knew. But I read it somewhere. I was like, Wilsonville, Oregon, that's not far from me. That's where Dan Cooper lives right now. So, anyways, let's see what he does today. Need a miracle. Yeah, well, it's not. No,
it's not going to be a miracle. Sasquad, congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah, Lynn, he gets the win, 5 1/3, 4 runs. Suter, 2 scoreless with a save. That was nice. But McDowell, he was better. Win quality start, 7 innings, 1 earned run. K-Rod gets a save, scoreless inning. Did he get save every game? Or no, not in game 2. But K-Rod had a good week.
Do me a favor. What did Ricky Henderson do this entire series? I feel like he went 3 for 5 like every game.
Let's see. He went 1 for 5.
Okay, 2 stolen bases.
2 stolen bases. Yeah.
Okay. 3 for 5. 3 for
5 stolen bases.
God,
5 stolen bases.
Dang.
Jeez. Oh, we almost got through the whole matchup without the peanut butter M&M's reference. Ethan coming in. He came in at the last minute, the 11th hour. He does it. Well, so wait, Sasquad took 2 out of 3. Oh my gosh, this is just going to make that division that much more chaotic. Oh, let's look at this division. What?
Jeez, look at it.
At least they got a team with a winning record right now.
And poor 5 stars over there, like, what else do I need to do? I'm 5th in Roto. Crap.
Yeah.
I still got to play them last 3 weeks.
Even Mosby, who might end up 3rd in his division at the end of the day, would be tied for 1st in the NL Central.
Jeez.
Man.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. Well, Sasquad up there, they are hanging in. They are just 2 games behind the top team in the league right now. So
look at these records, dude. Look at these
that
records.
Is crazy.
And again, 5-star has to play all. They all have to play each other again, which is basically going to be a playoffs in itself.
The combined record of the schedule difficulty for 5-star the last 3 weeks.
Right.
It's going to be insane. Sorry, buddy. Welcome to the league. Who made these divisions?
Yeah, what the crap? Sheesh.
Oh, boy. Well, that was cool. That was fun. Congrats, Morgan, on a 2-1 series victory against a tough team. Now we'll slide on over to 2 other Oklahomans here.
You might get offended by you saying that. He's originally from Kansas. Travis is originally from Kansas.
I guess, yeah, Kansas native.
Yeah. He does live in Oklahoma, though. But we have Stoney's Jabronies versus the Pine Tar Bandits. Both these teams are they're low in the standings. We have 8-19 Pine Tar, 9-18 Stoney's Jabronies. But in Roto, there's a little bit better news, and I have told you guys, do not sleep on Travis. I know it's going to be an uphill battle to even get back to the playoffs. But this dude, listen to this. This dude is 14th in Roto. He was just 24 like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's 14th in Roto, 17th offense, 15th pitching. And Stoney's Jabronies is 13th Roto, 17th offense, 11th pitching. So, actually, these teams are kind of middle of the road the way they've been performing. They just have had some bad luck against them.
Well, something's got to give. At least one of them theoretically would have good luck this week. So we'll see who that's going to be. Let me drag over the games. We'll look at game 1. We're looking at Chuck Finley is surprisingly good. Chuck Finley and Troy Percival, a couple of Angels, versus Brett Saberhagen and Greg Holland. Whoa.
Oh, no.
Oh,
you pulled up the wrong one. I've been deleting the blanks. You had the other ones. So that you've got the other one in the folder. If you'll just go pull it up.
Close this one out then.
Yeah. Sorry.
Is that going to be the same for these other two? All right.
Yeah.
Just I need to.
My apologies. My apologies. You have the blank ones, and then you have the ones with the zeros.
This folder is still refreshing. Okay. Let's see. Sorry about that. Thinking.
Chuck Finley in 1987. Chuck Finley, however, Brett Saberhagen in 1984. Saberhagen. So same era of starting pitcher, and then you have Troy Percival at 04 and a Greg Holland 2011. So that's kind of interesting. Going with the 80s pitchers and then the more modern day closers. Let's see where it goes here.
Yeah.
He is going, however. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
Stoney's Jabronies is going with the, I think, let me go look here. Yeah, he's going a full-fledged Jose. All three games.
He loves the Jose's, doesn't he?
He does. And I think he realizes he's got to get some victory. So he's throwing his starters out there.
Well, it's about time. Makes sense. All right. Without further ado, let's get those Jose's rolling. Jose's, can you see the baseball? No, not so much. 17 hits for the Bandits. Look at all these multi-hit games. Multi-hit games for all but 2 guys.
3 ties in the total numbers, though.
Oh, wow.
God.
You're right. Dixie Walker, 3 for 4 with a run. Derek Jeter, 3 for 4, 2 runs and a stolen base. 2 hits for Eric Young Sr., Fred McGriff, and Rick Farrell. McGriff also hits a 3-run homer. Farrell with a stolen base. Jose Reyes had 3 hits on the other side. Matt Kemp, 2 for 4, 2 runs, a home run, 3 RBI. But, yeah, Bandits taking a 4-1 lead. Chuck Finley, Brett Saberhagen.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well,
oh man, Percival. He gets the
That looks like a blown safe win to me. He gets a win, but he gives up 3 runs in 1 inning. That's going to hurt he's been first in the reliever of the year race. That's going to dump him down.
Thing that John has been holding on hope for. At least my relievers are in there.
I got the top reliever. Not anymore. He might even drop out of the top 5 because the reliever race is really close.
We're definitely getting text tonight. My team sucks.
Well, the 10.13 ERA, I kind of agree right now. Saberhagen was awesome. 7 scoreless innings, 4 hits. Holland gets a win and 1 1/3 scoreless. So, all right. Game number 2. We're looking at Roy Oswalt and Troy Percival versus Urban Shocker and Aroldis Chapman.
Oh, no.
Shocker bounced back from terrible. Chapman. I'm a little scared for Chapman too.
Oh Lord.
He's been all over the place. All right, John. Wake up that offense. You need it. Let's go. Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Oh,
dude.
Complete. Oh, it's over. It's over.
It's over. Wow. Hits for everybody except for Jose Reyes, but Piazza, 2 for 4, 2 runs, 2 homers, 3 RBI. Jose Abreu hits a 2-run bomb, 2 hits for Altuve and Jose Ramirez, stone base for Altuve and Torrey Hunter, 3 hits for Tony Gwynn and Matt Holliday. Jeez.
Stone base for Holliday. Wow. Sorry. Travis didn't have a chance there. K-Line 2 for 3, a run, walk, 3 RBI.
Yeah, let's just paste in the pitching here because it doesn't matter. Oh my, Urban Shocker. What is happening to you?
Yeah,
bro?
I don't know. He's giving up a whole month's worth of hits. Jeez.
12-1. Shocker, yeah, he gets a win, but 16 hits, 5 earned runs. Chapman does strike out the side and a save. That's great. But Roy Oswalt, great game. 7 1/3, 1 earned run. Percival back to scoreless inning with a save. Jeez. Okay, John. I feel like John will do this. He'll have a monster game. You need to spread it out a little bit, dude.
Spread it out, John.
So we've seen 2 blowouts on both sides. Who's going to blow out who this time?
Seriously. Yeah, the bad pitching game did happen, Ethan. It was Jesse Tannehill. Mark was right. Okay, game 3. We are looking at spinning wheel. Okay. Ooh, Fernando Valenzuela and Troy Percival versus Jim Bunning,
former Tiger Lily,
and Aroldis Chapman. 2012, that's a Cincinnati Reds Aroldis Chapman. Okay, here we go. John, what do you got? Oh,
boy.
It looks like it's going to be Travis with the blowout.
Ted Simmons, 2 for 5, 2-run homer. We got Billy Williams. He's been good lately. 2 for 4, 2 runs, walk, solo homer.
However, go ahead. Finish the offense. I got something to say about that.
I'll say, Slater, 2 for 3, 2 walks, 2 runs, home run, 2 RBI, and 2 hits for Kemp and Tony Gwynn. All right. What do we got?
However, this is game 1 of Fernando Mania.
Ooh, Fernando Mania. So we know it's going to be a win. We know it's going to be a quality start.
Okay.
Well, 6-1. Is he in too much of a hole? We know Fernando's going to ball out. Let's see it. Oh, man, does he ball out.
Oh, he almost does it.
Try as he may. Dang, Percival went off too, but Jim Bunning does just enough. 6 innings, 3 runs, quality starts. Chapman with a scoreless inning, 2 strikeouts. Pine Tar Bandits take it 7-6. Man, Fernando Mania. 5-hit shutout. Percival gets a win and 1 1/3 scoreless. Well, Percival might stay in the top 5 after all, how good he was in games 2 and 3, but Pine Tar Bandits take 2 out of 3 versus the Stoney Jabronies.
Man.
Let's see. They have an even record now between these two
Yes, they
teams?
do.
Okay.
They are
Okay,
even.
Oh, and the overall standings. Okay.
Yeah. Now I got to update the placement. But you have 4 teams tied at the bottom. Tiger Lilies, Stoney Jabronies, right now Chuckwagon fans, and the Pine Tar Bandits, all with a 333 win percentage.
That's kind of crazy. I mean, they're not that far away from, like, there's 12 and 15 teams right up there. I mean, those teams, I guess they haven't played yet, but yeah, I mean, these are the last place teams. You know, in previous years, we had at least one team that was just like way in the cellar. We don't really have that this year. So,
who was that team that was way in the cellar? Oh wait,
you know.
Ethan, you on? I was just checking to see if you're still here.
That's the nice thing about, actually, that's a good segue because that team is in this next matchup.
The Short Porch Boys, Ethan Saccone versus Max Vernon's dad. Oh my, MVD, boys and girls. Look at this guy.
So Short Porch starting to lose they had that grip on first place in their division. They're starting to lose that grip, and 2 tough matchups 2 weeks in a row for them.
So right now, as of right now, they have lost that grip because they are 3 games above 500. Masters is 4. So to keep pace, they have to go 2-1 here.
Ooh.
Now, should we mention Roto? I think we
I mean, we got to, right?
MVD is the number 2 ranked Roto team, 7th offense, a 3rd pitching, and let me scroll down real quick. Let me see here. Gotta keep scrolling just a minute. I'm trying to find it. Let's see here. There it is. 21st ranked Roto team, the Short Porch Boys. 9th offense, though, and 22nd pitching. So this is why I say, even like in today's fantasy, is if your offense is performing, I feel better about your trajectory than if your pitching is underperforming. I just feel like you got to have that offense. So I think Short Porch Boys are still sitting good, especially with their record now, as long as they can get some good pitching pulls.
Gotta hope for those good pitching pulls.
Look, I couldn't take the heat anymore, Ethan. I couldn't. I had to dip out. One season was it for me.
Who said that? Are you?
he said, at least I'm still here after year 1. Where are you hiding?
Hiding. Oh my gosh. Well, the ironic thing is that you're hiding the least of everyone. You're in the broadcast every week. You know where to find him.
I couldn't do the teams anymore. I was just too much stress.
Oh my gosh. All right, we're looking at Catfish Hunter and Sean Doolittle. That's brave after what happened last week, I think. Didn't he get lit up last week? You Darvish and Todd Burrell. You Darvish, real flip of the coin, but he's been pretty good lately. So we'll see.
All right.
Let's see what these hitters did. Oh, Ethan's team did well. What about the other MVD?
It's been posted.
Quite a delay here.
It's been posted.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
3-2.
Good power numbers.
Yeah. 16 combined RBI between these two teams. Ethan takes the lead, 3-2. Paul Goldschmidt, 2 for 4 with a solo homer. We got Edgardo Alfonso, 2 for 5 with a solo homer. Willie Stargell, 2 for 5 with a 2-run homer. Jim Edmonds, 3 for 5, 3 RBI. Looking over MVD, Paul Molitor, 2 for 5, 2 runs, 2-run homer. Minnie Minoso, 1 at bat, hits a 3-run homer.
Wow.
Of course, Ty Cobb, 2 hits, RBI. Yeah. Well, we got a battle. It's going to come down to pitching. Now, Catfish Hunters, man, you just don't know. He's a great pitcher, but Yu Darvish Definitely don't know. So let's see what we got. Oh,
Woo, Ethan, my man. Oh my God, the relievers were horrendous.
Sean Doolittle did his darndest. Did his darndest to lose that for Ethan. Third of an inning, 3 earned runs, gave up a homer, but Todd Burrell on the other side, only a third of an inning, he gave up an earned run. Darvish, 6 innings, 3 earned runs. Yeah, gets a low-level quality start. But Catfish Hunter, win, quality start, 9 innings, 8 hits, 1 earned run. Catfish Hunter, I would say, won that for him there. So Ethan holding on, taking game 1 versus MVD.
That's big. Man.
Okay,
Ethan. I was underestimating your game a little bit there. My bad.
Game 2, Vita Blue, who's been struggling this year, and Sean Doolittle versus Dazzy Vance and David Robertson.
Oh, seeing Doolittle's name gives me anxiety.
Yeah, he's approaching Hoffman territory right now. I'll be honest. Okay, Ethan, get those sticks going. You got Doolittle. You're gonna need it. Okay, 4-2 lead for MVD.
God, so many close categories though.
Dude, Norm Cash has been surprisingly good this year. I should look at his later. I'll look at his career stat or his season stats. 4 for 5, 3 runs and a solo homer. Rolf Kiner, 2 for 4, solo homer. 2 hits for Raphael for a call. And then Ethan had Mike Trout, 3 for 8, 2 runs, a walk, and a 2-run homer.
Dude.
Dick Allen, 2 hits, 2-run homer.
12 strikeouts.
Oh, gosh. Wow. Yeah, 12 strikeouts.
Look at the game from Trout. 3 for 8. Golly. Yeah. 8 at-bats.
And he walked once. So 9 plate appearances.
My God.
Yeah. Well, MVD has a 4-2 lead, but this is close. I'm nervous with it. Vita Blue, Sean Doolittle combination. Jesus, take the wheel.
I mean, Sean Doolittle. I mean,
all right. Let's see what the lefty goggle man can do.
God here. Bless Doolittle. You've got to stop.
Make it stop, please.
What is going on? You are so bad. My God.
Oh, 2/3 of an inning, 2 runs.
I mean, he would be cut. He would be cut in a regular fantasy league right now. He'd be cut.
Man, I don't know if he would make woo right now with those numbers. I mean, what would
how dare you?
What would Bellevue do against Sean Doolittle? I mean, licking their chops.
Oh, Bellevue.
With their softball helmets, man, they would put up 10 runs on him. Ethan says that was Trout's best game yet. Yeah, he still had 2 strikeouts. But
God, please, Ethan, please tell me that's it for Doolittle, please.
Not to be unmentioned, Vita Blue gives up 0 earned runs in 7 1/3. Dazzy Vance also gives up 0 earned runs in 9 innings. So with 11 strikeouts. So MVD takes it 10-2, easy victory. Can I have Darren O'Day back? He says that was his middle reliever backup last year. Well, game 3, we're looking at a tie. We got a rubber match here. We're looking at Pedro Martinez and Josh Hader. No Doolittle. We got his best pitchers versus Mickey Lolich. And it kills me, but Lolich has been struggling. He's a Portland guy. David Robinson. So we'll see. Robertson. We'll see. I would say Ethan has a real favorite in the pitching side here.
God is good because we don't see Doolittle. Thank you, Lord.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay. Well, let's see, Ethan. See what the bats can do here.
Oh my Lord. If it'll tally it up,
These
it'll
delays
tally
are
it up.
killing me.
You ain't gonna like it, Ethan. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Ethan.
You are not gonna like it. That is terror. I just got. Let me take this one. Let me take this one. You got 2 hits. You freaking got 2 hits. 7 walks. Oh my Lord! What is going on?
Get the bats off your shoulders.
Oh my Lord!
Ethan's got his manager with his head out of the dugout. A walk's as good as a hit, Dick. A walk's as good as a hit, Mikey.
Good Lord!
9 strikeouts. Oh my God!
That's a unbelievably very unfortunate, unlucky pull, Ethan. I will give you that unlucky pull right there.
Yeah. I mean, for Cal had 2 hits, 3 RBI, 2 hits for Cobb, Molitor, and Daniel Murphy. But man, low hanging fruit. 5-1 lead for MVD. But this pitching, I mean, Ethan could bring it back. He's got, I would say, the decided advantage on paper, the pitching matchup. So,
and no Doolittle.
No Doolittle. Thank the heavens. All right. It all comes down to this. Let's see it.
Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. What is going on? Did Doolittle go train Pedro Martinez in the offseason? Are they hanging out with Trevor Hoffman down at the local Subway? My God. That is horrendous. What is going on?
Oh, Ethan. Hader does great, but yeah, Pedro 1 2/3, 6 earned run. Gosh. And Mickey Lolich has a great game. 9 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 11 strikeouts. And this one turns into a blowout. MVD 10-3. Wait, does this mean that Ethan is tied with Mosby?
It does.
Oh my
Welcome
gosh.
back. Welcome back.
Oh man. The chaos in that division.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
It's almost as if Roto is pulling him. No, I'm not going to go there. Anyway, 16 and 14. That division's still a mess. I mean, it's still an absolute mess. What if Mendoza Liners sweeps today?
I was about to say that. I was going to say, no offense to whoever they're playing against, but I hope they sweep because that would be unfettered chaos in that division. They would be 1 game behind Ethan and Mosby.
Oh my Lord. Meanwhile, MVD takes the lead for the number 1 team in the league, 21-9. They are the last team in the entire league to still have single-digit losses.
They have 8 more wins than the second place team in their division right now, too. Now, granted, Picklesburg hasn't got to play yet today, but what the heck? Single-digit losses. That's, yeah.
Go look at, flip over to American League. Look at this mess. Now, look at all the stuff that could happen here, okay? You're 16 and 14. They're both 5th and 6th place, Short Porch and Mosby. But look what could happen. If Picklesburg sweeps, they're now tied with them. If Mendoza Liners, though, if they sweep, they're only 1 behind them in the division.
Yeah. And
what
for that 6th spot. Not just the division, but the 6th, the last playoff spot, too.
And you know what? You know what, Preston? Guess who's playing next?
Uh-oh. Is it Mendoza Liners?
It's the Mendoza Liners versus the Picklesburg Baseball Club.
Wow. That is crazy.
Crazy implications right here. This matchup has crazy implications.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. So how did these 2 teams stack up in Roto with each other?
Picklesburg is 16th. They're 15th in offense and 16th in pitching, and actually the Mendoza Liners. So this one's interesting. They're 22nd in roto, but they're the 13th ranked offense and 19th ranked pitching. So remember what I said about offense? If they have a decent offense,
yeah,
I tend to think, man, that could always improve. Those don't sound like, if you told me this team is 13th and 19th, I'd be like, well, there's, they have to be like, what, 18th in roto?
Yeah.
This could be interesting.
Yeah. Oh,
man, this could be fun.
What a setup. What a setup for this one. Yeah. Let's pull over game 1. Close out these other ones. My computer's feeling the Friday already.
Is it?
Oh, come on. Yeah, it's okay. Here we go. 120. All right, let's see. We got Bob Feller and Rob Nen versus Jared Weaver, the American Nightmare.
He's got to get back on track. This dude's got
Raleigh Fingers. Oh man. Now, Raleigh Fingers has not, both of his relievers, Fingers and Hoffman, have been bad. So he doesn't really have a good option right now.
Honestly, I think this entire season 3, the relievers have been bad. Like,
That's
I
true.
don't.
Yeah.
I know, it's just weird.
And if you had asked me at the beginning of the season who has the best bullpen, I would say the team with Trevor Hoffman and Raleigh Fingers.
Right.
And yet, statistically, they probably have the worst bullpen in the league right now. So explain it. I can't. So, I tried to bring a good luck charm for Trevor Hoffman today, Jared Weaver. But someone who I will not throw under the bus and name on the broadcast misplaced this good luck charm. It was not me. So we'll see. Maybe next time. But he's Jared Weaver. He shouldn't need luck, right?
Oh, man.
I don't know. My heart can't take any more Jared Weaver blow-ups.
Put it into it.
I'm losing sleep at night, and we're seeing a lot of backups here. Look at Picklesburg, McCann, Keith Hernandez, Ian Desmond, Fred Clark, Amos Otis, Travis Fryman. All right. Trying to sneak a fast one by here. Let's see if it works.
Oh, it does not.
It does not.
But he does get good numbers, though. 3 bombs, 7 RBIs.
Yeah. Let's look at all the multi-hit games for the Liners. They bat .395, 15 hits. 2 hits for Frank Thomas, Tony Lazzari, Aramis Ramirez, Jim Rice. 3 for 4 for Adrian Gonzalez with 2 RBI. 3 for 4 Robin Yount with a solo homer. Jim Rice hits a 2-run homer. Mickey Mantle hits a 2-run homer. Wow. Over on the other side, look at Brian McCann. 2 for 4, 2 runs, 2 homers, 3 RBI. And Ian Desmond hits a 2-run homer. Okay. 5-2 lead for Mendoza Liners. And who does MVD says, put some respect on Dazzy Vance's name. Yes, sir. Well, Mendoza has a 5-2 lead, but can Jared Weaver bring it back? Let's see. Please, 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 Jared Weaver.
He didn't get the win, but that is a Jared Weaver line.
It is.
That's Jared Weaver.
7 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Quality start. Yeah, they didn't get him in the win. Raleigh Fingers, 2 scoreless with a save. That's a breath of fresh air, but it wasn't quite enough because Feller does a good job. 9 innings, he gets 3 earned runs, win, quality start, 9 strikeouts. Nen gets a scoreless inning. Mendoza holds on. They hold on. Takes game 1. Let's look at game number 2, if it will let me expand. We're looking at Ron Guidry and Eric Gagne versus Gary Nolan and Raleigh Fingers. see here.
Come on.
All right.
Come on, laptop. Just make it through.
I know. Seriously, man, is struggling. Let's see those hitters. Oh, battle.
Good Lord. Battle of bad.
11
God,
combined hits between these two teams.
Jeez.
Picklesburg has the lead 4-3, but what did they? I mean, gosh, Fred Clark 2 for 4, 2 RBI. Ken Boyer hits a solo homer. That's about it.
The other side, Tony Lazary 1 for 2, 2 walks, run, 2 RBI. Ichiro 2 for 3 with a walk and run. Man, this is yuck. Yuck. All right. Maybe the pitchers can put forth a good performance. Let's see it. Man, they still crazy. What is happening? The Liners take it again. Oh, Raleigh.
Wow.
2 innings, 2 earned runs. Raleigh fingers. Gary Nolan had a quality start, 3 runs, 7 innings, and Guitry, same thing, 3 runs, 7 innings. Gagne gets the save, scoreless inning. Raleigh fingers sold.
Wow.
Well, we asked for it. What if the Liners win this next game? Oh my gosh. We're looking at Mike Messina and Eric Gagne versus Mort Cooper and Trevor Hoffman.
Oh, don't.
I'm kind of scared.
I'm kind of scared.
For God's sakes, don't do this to me.
We'll start with the sticks. See what we get. Good Lord.
And
I got to get some more RAM on my This is just Google Docs, man. It's not like I'm running freaking 3D programs.
Picklesburg, though, hops out to a 6-1 lead, thanks in large part to Ken Boyer, 3 for 3, 2 walks, 1 run, and 2 RBIs. He gets 2 for 4 from Delano DeShields with 3 runs. Fred Clark, 2 for 3 with 2 runs, a walk, an RBI, and a stolen base.
Solo homer for Brian McCann. He had 3 homers on the week for him, and Boyer's just had a great week. He was good in all 3 games. Look at Bryce Harper, 0 for 5 with strikeout. Come on, Bryce. Look at Ichiro, 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts.
That doesn't happen.
Come on. Maurer 3 for 3, walk and a run. We got Frank Thomas 2 hits, 2 RBI. Mickey Mantle 1 for 2, 2 walks, 2 runs. 6-1 lead for Picklesburg, and let's just put the pitching in here. Musina's gonna have to pull off a miracle to win this one. No, does oh my,
Lord, my. Okay.
Hoffman scoreless inning with a save. He got the Mariano Rivera line there.
Jeez.
The strikeout. Gagne did great again, but Messina gives up 7 earned runs in 6 2/3. Mark Cooper gives up 4 over 9, which isn't great. But Picklesburg runs away with game 3, 11-2. And it is a 2-1 series victory for the Liners. And that ties these 2 teams?
Yep.
Is that right? Oh, my God.
It is correct. 14-16, 7th place. But you know what? If you look out there in that division, I mean, you're talking they're right there 2 games behind for the playoffs. So,
yep, they are right in there. And we still got 4 weeks left to go. A lot can happen in those 4 weeks when you're that close.
Yeah.
You're that close. Looking at the divisions, that Central Division, that's crazy.
Isn't it? It's dude, I mean, you're talking 2 games behind Mosby Special and Short Porch. Masters only 3 games up. A sweep. Like, listen, when they play each other in the division, if we were right now and Mendoza swept the Masters, it's a complete flip.
Yep. Oh my god.
That is nuts.
They're just like primed for chaos. Anything can happen. You never know. You never know. That's crazy. And then Picklesburg over there, they're second. They did enough to secure second place in the division there. Well, hold on to it. I think they had it before. So, but they are 7 games back from MVD.
Yep. Well, that brings us to the Old Dominion Desperados, who are 17-10. 2 games behind in their division versus the Chuckwagon fans, who are 9-18 in the West. If you go to Roto, Old Dominion Desperados are ranked 17th. I know this has been a large discussion amongst the comments in on the Facebook group. But again, like I said earlier, they're 17th in Roto, but they're the 6th ranked offense. 6th ranked offense, dead last in pitching. I like those chances a lot better than if those were flipped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chuckwagon's 18th in Roto. They're 15th in offense and 17th in pitching. So, well, we'll see.
Chuckwagon's been like a victim of some pretty bad polls or bad luck. So we'll see. We shall see. Let's pull these games on over. We're looking at game 1. Corey Kluber and Mark Melanson versus Tim Wakefield and Jose Mesa. 2019 Kluber. Okay. Let's do it.
Oh, say, can you see?
Chuckwagon fans jump out to a 4-2 lead. Thanks to, let's see, Julio Franco. He's been good this year. 2 for 3 with a walk and an RBI. We got Willie McGee. Oh, this dude, Willie McGee, 3 for 8. A walk, a run, 3 RBI. Not a whole lot else going on. Over on the other side, Johnny Damon 2 for 4 with a run. Earl Averill 2 for 5 with a run. Neither team did great here. Chuckwagon was the better of the not greats. So it comes down to the pitching. Kluber versus Wakefield. Let's see it. Oh,
good
what happened?
Lord. Here we get again with the relievers. I mean, I know Melanson did great, but good Lord.
Jose Mesa gives up a solo homer, hits a guy, gives up a solo homer in .66 innings. Wakefield 4 runs over 6. I mean, Kluber 3 over 5 is not great. Jeez. Ugh. But that's enough for the Desperados to grab it, come from behind. They go 5-0 in the pitching categories. The Desperados take game 1. It flipped around. Their hitting didn't get it done, but their pitching did. So
there you go. That's what he was talking about in the group. He said, I feel like my pitching has been underperforming.
And they still weren't great. But we can't even get the sheet up here now. There we go. Jack Powell, 1902, and Joaquin Soria. I mean, maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll be getting like a RAM emailed to me or something, or emailed, shipped to me after this stream.
I feel like as soon as you pull the sheet up, we need to just go ahead and paste the stats and then talk about it. Because by the time we're done talking about it.
I mean, yeah, let's paste the stats. I'll they'll do that next game. I'll talk about the starting pitchers while we wait for the stats to come. 4-3. This is close. 4-3.
Oh boy, here we go.
Chuckwagon. Julio Franco 2 hits again with an RBI. Dick Bartell 1 at bat. He hits a 3-run bomb. 2 hits for Larry Gardner. Oh, Carlos Baerga 4 for 4, a walk and 2 runs. And then over on the other side, we got Ted Kluszewski, 3 for 3, 2 runs, a solo homer. Damon had 2 RBI. That's about it. Stolen base for Bobby Veach. 4-3 lead for Chuckwagon fans.
Man.
All right. It's going to come down to Freddie Garcia and Jack Powell. basically an even playing field.
Hey, Chuckwagon holds on narrowly.
Yes, 6-5, 1-run victory. Freddie Garcia gives up 2 runs over 5 1/3. That was okay. 2 solo homers. Mesa manages to get an out and get out of it. Jack Powell, 5 runs over 9 innings, not great. Soria had a scoreless inning with a strikeout. Chuckwagon fans taking it 6-5. So we got a 1-1 series here.
Hey, look at
Going into the third game.
And let's just paste in the batting stats while we talk about the pitching. Bob Shockey and Mark Melanson versus Fergie Jenkins and John Frank.
And there we go. Perfect timing.
Desperados take the lead with their hit. Man, their hitting has not been great this week, though.
No.
Eddie Collins, 2 for 4 with a run. We got Bobby Veach, 2 for 4, 2 runs and a walk. 2 for 4 for Sisler. Really? No home run, RBI stole base. How are they? Okay. Chuckwagon had Jay Buhner, 1 for 3, 2 runs, a walk, and a 3-run homer. Yeah, not much else going on here.
Okay.
Bob Shockey, Fergie Jenkins, battling it out to decide who gets the better in this series. We have a tie.
Uh-oh.
The runs to Desperados, RBI to Chuckwagon, ERA
Oh,
to Chuckwagon.
my goodness.
What? You dirty dog. Dan Cooper takes a 2-1 series victory. What happened to pitching here? Fergie had a wing quality start, 9 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 8 strikeouts. Great job. Franco, 1.33 scoreless. Shockey gave up 4 runs over 8 innings. It's the pitching has still been a struggle for the Desperados.
Well, and I'm glad you pointed that out because this is, I mean, he's got an incredible record still. I mean, he's still 18-12. Mm-hmm. But for him to make that next jump, that pitching has got to get on point, and he's just not gotten the pulls. That's what got him beat in this series was ultimately his 2 games of his pitching.
I can understand, though, like Addy Joss, because he's pretty dang good.
Yeah.
I would expect good pulls from him a lot of the time. But, I mean, if I'm starting Bob Shockey, I'm not necessarily expecting, like, good pulls all the time.
Yeah.
Some of those guys, I mean, like, he's had bad luck on Kurt Schilling. But Kurt Schilling's also had some pretty, like, he played till he's pretty old, and he was pretty bad when he was young in the Phillies. So, I don't know. All that to say, I don't feel like he's not like Tiger Lilies. When you get Christy Mathewson up there and he has a bad game, you're like, okay, that's bad luck. But some of these other guys, I don't know. I'm not that surprised, actually. All that to say, I'm not that shocked that his pitching has been struggling.
Yeah. Hey, you know my feelings about Roto. But yeah, in the division, could Chuckwagon fans make a little noise here? I don't know. We'll see. They're still pretty far behind, but they could really disrupt some things here in the last couple of weeks. Old Dominion's still sitting great, 18-12. You know, if a better judge of that is if you look at the American League. He's 6 games above 500. Still sitting great. So,
yeah, he's only 1 game behind $ hitMachine in the division. So those guys are just running it, getting it done. Okay, we have our matinee, our final game of the night.
And it is 5-star 12-15, number 5 in Roto, 12-15, versus maybe the hottest team in the league right now, Gashouse Gang, who is 12-15, 2 12-15 teams. But the Gashouse Gang is ranked 9th in Roto, 3rd offense, 14th pitching, 5 stars, 8th offense, 4th pitching. Don't let the records fool you guys. These 2 teams are really good.
They are. They really are.
Mhm.
5-star. I mean, we talked about it. Those poor guys are stuck in a monster division. They're really good. I mean, Roto keeps on. I mean, they've been consistently a top 10 Roto team, if not top 5. So they're legit. And then, yeah, Gashouse, they lost 6 in a row. They got swept 2 weeks in a row. I feel like that was a transition thing with losing their manager. It was an unfortunate thing, but now they're back on track, and they are very good. And I know Cam is excited to see what his team can do with the new manager setting the lineup on this team, trying to balance the usage on this squad.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's pull it out and see what they got in store for us in game 1. Again, Zach Greinke and Goose Gossage versus Frank Smith and Tyler Clippard. And we might as well paste the hitting stats in there. Although it looks like my computer's kind of woke up a little bit. Gashouse Gang, 5-2 lead.
Both really good sides. I mean, I like both numbers.
Yeah, let's see. 2 hits for Riggs Stevenson. Elston Howard, another former Puddletown player. 4 for 5, 2 runs, home run, 3 RBI. Orlando Cepeda, 1 for 4 with a 2-run bomb. Sherry McGee stays hot, 2 RBI. He was good last week. On the other side, Andre Dawson hit a grand slam. Ian Kinsler, 2 for 4, a walk, 3 runs. Larry Parrish, 2 for 3 with 2 walks. So Gashouse jumps out to a 5-2 lead. We got 05 Greinke. Wow, that's like young Greinke. Versus 1904 Frank Smith. And it will show us in a moment. Here we go. Oh, my.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know what I'm more impressed with, Frank Smith's start or Zach Greinke's start.
Yeah,
Good
exactly.
Lord.
Greinke, 4 2/3, 7 earned runs, 2 homers. Gets just destroyed. Frank Smith has been, I got to figure out some more about Frank Smith. He has been amazing this year. Win, quality start, 9 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Clippard gets a scoreless inning, gives a 3 hits. Gossage was really good. 2 2/3 scoreless with a win. Gashouse Gang jumping out to a 1-0 lead after game 1. Game 2, we're looking at Tom Glavine and Goose Gossage versus Babe Adams and Tyler Clippard. Let's shoot these offense stats in here. Oh boy!
Look at Gashouse Gang go. Man, they 5-star got zeros across the board. Holy cow!
Yeah, there it is. 4 hits though. Ay. I mean, there's only 11 combined hits between these two teams. Yikes! Gosh. How did Gashouse even look at their line? Looks terrible. What is this? Davey Lopez, 2 for 3 with a run and a stolen base. Ugh. Look at how bare the cupboards are in those offensive team stats. Like, ugh. What?
So gross.
This is bad. We gotta move into pitching. This is, oh my gosh. You call this an all-time league? What is happening? Okay, Glavine versus Babe Adams. Let's see it. Man, that just stunk up the room there. Oh man. Gashouse. Wow, they take game 2, 7-4. Babe Adams, 9 innings, 2 earned runs, 9 strikeouts. Clippard gets a scoreless inning. Glavine did well, 6 scoreless innings. He gave up unearned runs, I guess. And then Gossage did well too, but it wasn't enough. Cam says it's so gross.
I don't even. I mean, that's one of the. That's one of them times that you perform and you win your matchup, and you're like, but I was so bad. I don't even feel good about that one. I feel dirty.
Yeah. All you had to do was just be less bad than atrocious. Let's look at game 3. Ooh, CC Sabathia and Jeff Montgomery versus Greg Maddox and Tyler Clippard.
Has Gashouse won the first 2?
Yes, they have. They're on a 5-game win streak from last week.
Oh my Lord.
They're rolling.
5-star, you got to win this one, man.
Yeah.
Wake up those bats. Get those bats going. 2015 Albert Pujols. 0 for 4 the strikeout.
Oh
man.
Lord. 5-star, you are so unlucky right now. What the heck?
He bats .361 with 13 hits, and he's down 4-1. After that last game, what is happening?
11 runs from Gashouse game.
He gets the double-double. 11 runs. Runs for everybody except for Darrell Evans. Riggs Stevenson having a week. 2 for 3. 3 runs, 2 walks, a home run, and 2 RBI. Hack Wilson, of course, 1 for 4 with a 3-run bomb. George Springer got 2 hits. Sherry McGee stays hot. Good old Sherry, 3 for 7, a run and an RBI. Peralta had a run and an RBI. Davey Lopez, 2 hits, 2 runs.
And Gashouse gang has Greg Maddox on the hill.
Yeah. But for 5-star, Willie Wilson, 4 for 5, 2 runs, a 2-run homer. Beltran hit a solo homer, and Brooks Robinson look at his line though. 4 for 4.
Dude.
That's it. Just 4 for 4.
Willie Wilson. Look at this dude this year. My gosh.
Willie Wilson is the new Brian Giles.
Oh, BGE for sure. We got WWE.
WWE. That's even better. WWE. Willie Wilson energy. He's gonna lay the smack down. Oh, okay.
Did you see Netflix is supposed to be coming out with a Roberto Clemente documentary? I saw that today.
No, I will be all over that. Wearing the Clemente jersey today.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that today.
I gotta put that on my watch list. All right. Well, Sabathia has a tall task ahead of him, taking on
Matt. Oh my goodness.
Oh, a sweep.
Wow.
I don't even know what to say right now. Like negative 0.36 FIP. No one gets a win or a quality start at all.
I'm trying to digest what I'm looking at here. So Sabathia in 3 1/3 gives up 3 hits, 2 runs, strikes out 5. I mean, decent outing. I don't know why they took him out. Montgomery 2 1/3 scoreless, 4 strikeouts. Maddox gave up 4 runs over 7. Clippard had a good week. 1 1/3 scoreless was a save. Gashouse ekes it out. 6-5, and they get a sweep, ladies and gentlemen. A freaking sweep. This is actually, I mean, wait, Gashouse gang. 15-15. Oh man, they are right in that playoff conversation. Oh my gosh,
that's wild.
5-star is in real trouble now, going down to 12-18. That's tough.
3-2. Yeah, there we go. What's so wild about this is they perform so well, and they're 12-18.
They're still going to retain their roto, decent roto numbers.
So divisionally,
let's go with the division.
Basically, 5-star is, I don't want to say they're completely out of the division, but they're just going to have to go for the 6th seed. They're going to have to go for the 6th seed.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And meanwhile, Gashouse gang, Look at this
They
team
jipped
go.
up to tie with Millbrae. Man. I mean, early in the year, they were up there, and then they started slowly dropping down. But now they're back to that team, and they actually played a bunch of backup players this week and still got a sweep.
There are 3 teams tied for 6th place in that division, that conference. Millbrae, Louisville, and Gashouse. They're all tied for 6th right now.
Man.
This is going to be absolute bonkers.
Yes.
And then you got the Doo-Whoppers, who are ranked 11th in Roto at 13 and 17. You got 5 stars ranked 5th in Roto at 12 and 18.
Yep. This could be interesting.
Holy.
Get your popcorns in the American League in that playoff hunt. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So tied for 5th and 6th right now is Short Porch and Mosby Special. And there's 2 games behind them. We have Picklesburg and Mendoza.
That's absolutely wild. Man. So what was it? How many weeks? We have 15 weeks?
14 weeks. So we have 4 more weeks of regular season.
one more out of division week.
Yep. And then the last 3 weeks are all in division matchups.
Oh my Lord.
Yep. It's gonna be wild.
And those in division matchups are going to be savage. They're going to be savage because there's always going to be so many implications in what's going on there. Yeah. Well, let's look at the games for next week. We have Tiger Lilies versus Mosby Special. And this is interesting because Mosby is going to want to try to pick up some wins here. And he's still like right in the division mix. I mean, obviously right in there. He's 1 game out of first place. He's tied with Ethan. So if I'm Mosby, I'm trying to pick up a sweep next week. What does Dan Cooper say? If I tank the rest of the season and finish last, do I get first pick next year? If so, Mesa's playing every game. Mesa's pretty bad, man. Pretty bad. So if I'm Mosby, I'm trying to get a sweep next week. And then Quazy Quakers versus OGs. That's going to be a good matchup. Two solid teams. Mm-hmm. Formidable versus Dead Sea Squirrels. 2 teams that just struggling right now. Formidable, I mean, so he's had all this bad luck. I mean, he's got to prove it next week. He's got to be formidable. Dancin homers and Puddletown Webfeet.
What a matchup.
Yes.
Division leaders.
Man, that's going to be huge. MVD versus Old Dominion Desperados.
Ooh, 2 juggernaut matchups right there in a row.
Jeez, we got Pine Tar Bandits versus 5-Star, and this one's interesting because Travis is picking it up a little bit, and 5-Star just keeps on. You know, I don't know how many times we can keep saying he's underachieving before it's like, well, maybe that's just what it is, what that team is. I don't know. So Bandits got all the momentum going right now, so we'll see. Picklesburg, ooh, this is tough for Max. He's trying to get in that playoff spot, but he's got to contend with the Masters of the Diamond.
The newly leading his division Masters of the Diamond.
Yeah, and he's not going to try to look back. So that's going to be a tough one for Max. We'll see what happens for Picklesburg. Millbrae Boomers and Doo-Whoppers.
Okay, 15 and 15, 13 and 17.
And both these teams kind of struggling to get wins a little bit lately. They both really need to grab some wins. They could kind of go either way, both of them. Chuckwagon versus Mendoza Liners. That's Chuckwagon, putting together some 2-1 weeks. Watch out,
I'm telling you.
Mendoza Liners also, we've talked about them. They can They're no joke. That'll be a very interesting matchup. This one's really interesting. Gashouse Gang versus Louisville Sluggers. Talk about two teams with a lot of momentum right now.
Oh, yeah, 15-15. Both of them are, Gashouse is right there on the cusp of making the playoffs. Louisville's on the cusp of leading his division.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge series. Wait, okay. What's Ethan's last three matchups? Let's see who he's faced. He's faced MVD this week. He faced Desperados the week before. Now this week next week he's going against Dollar Sign.
Are you telling me what you're telling me right now is maybe he just was riding the coattails of playing some weak competition to start the year? Oh,
I mean, all I know is he's playing really tough teams right now, so might imply he wasn't playing them before. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
That's gonna be quite a game next week, or series, I should say. And then we got Sasquad versus Stoney's Jabronies. Sasquad, they could take an extra step forward here if they grab some wins against John. But John's going to win at least one game where he goes bonkers and bats 400, and then that'll be that.
And then lose the series. Yep.
Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, there's going to be some crazy series for next week, week 11. Oh, the intrigue, the craziness. This is where we just can nerd out on all this stuff.
Yeah. And you know what? It's like it has the last two seasons. It's always a timeline for us too, that whenever we start getting to the end of the regular season in MATL, that means that baseball's right around the corner because we're amping up SNF research. We're submitting keepers and getting that drafts done and all that. I mean, we're getting close to spring.
We are. Talks are heating up. They're getting trying to avoid arbitration right now. All the MLB teams.
Hoffman just signed with the Blue Jays.
The reliever, Jeff Hoffman,
who's going to be a starter probably.
No, stop it.
I think so.
It's funny because when I was growing up, if you were a failed, they always said if you're a failed starter, you become a reliever or closer. Nowadays, if you are a successful reliever, they turn you into a starter.
Yeah.
That drives me crazy, though, because those guys can't throw more than 5 innings.
It does say this. It says Blue Jays make a much-needed bullpen splash. So maybe they're going to leave him in the bullpen. He's incredible arm in the bullpen.
Yeah.
So leave it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Don't mess with it.
Jordan Hicks was that for me, too. Like, I got to be a starter. I'm like, I'm not touching you in fantasy.
Yeah. You just never get enough innings for a quality start if you're in a quality start league.
Yeah.
And just, I don't know. Or wins. He doesn't even get enough innings for a win.
Yeah.
I don't know. That bothers me, but it is what it is. Man.
Yeah.
Spring's coming up. We'll see. Trying to avoid everyone. Try to avoid the sickness. Avoid the sickies. It's that time of year out here.
Yeah.
I don't know about there.
It's working in school.
Well, yeah. You're always in the epicenter.
In the trenches. I'm in the trenches.
Of sickness, yeah.
I've been holding my daughter
the last couple of days, and she's just coughs right in my face. I'm like, man, it'd be a miracle if I don't get some of my immune system's like kicking in overdrive.
Yeah,
trying to keep from getting sick. So, man. Well, it was a good day. Jared Weaver, 7 innings, 1 run. Love to see it.
Yeah, it's good to get him back on board.
I'm still trying to get him to engage with me on Twitter. But
that'd be fantastic if he did.
He's got a lot going on
right now. He's from California where all the fires are. So
Oh yeah,
crazy stuff going on out there.
Sad deal.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else we want to
saying this week?
Not that I know of. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting to the last 4 weeks, and it's going to be a fantastic ride. I'm so glad to have Chris Leeper on today. That was great. It was great stuff. And yeah, that was awesome.
Yes, absolutely. I already want to have him on again, but
yeah, right.
He's got to wait his turn.
Yeah, talk for hours.
You could. I mean, that could be an off-season thing. Just have him on and baseball story time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll have to look into it. But we got other managers we want to have on too that we haven't had on yet. I'm going to clear out the starting lineups right now, and after that, please feel free to go in and create your Week 11 starting lineups as soon as possible. Because
sooner
it
the
always
better.
Always makes it easier. You never know when, like, for instance, Thursday night, I thought I was going to pull a bunch of stats, or Wednesday night, my daughter was sick. I was sitting up holding her all night long, didn't pull a single game, so you never know. I never know when I'm going to get it. Sometimes it's Monday nights. And if those lineups aren't in, then I'm like, well, I can't do anything if I don't have anything. So
try not to wait till Wednesday or Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it right now.
Yeah. So the sooner the better. I'm going to clear them out right now. If you see your lineups page empty, that means you are green for go. So appreciate you all. Long live baseball. Cam Newton's a doof.
Yeah.
And, we'll catch you all later. Have a good weekend.